Create memories that will last a lifetime. For more information, visit inofthemountaingods.com.
All right, let's do this.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Captured Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro will appear before a federal judge in New York City today.
Maduro is facing 4 federal counts: narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, possession of machine guns and destructive devices, and conspiracy to possess machine guns and destructive devices.
Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting Venezuela swears in Delcy Rodriguez as its interim president. So did President Trump speak with her?
No, I haven't.
He added while speaking with reporters on Air Force One that he chatted with her. He will chat with her at the right time. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz scheduling a press conference for today. Rumors are swirling he will reveal he's not running for re-election. Democrat and Kamala Harris is running in 2024, facing massive criticism from President Trump and others for the alleged billion-dollar Medicaid fraud. America's listening to Fox News.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A good run for the start of the new year with a nice selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves and light yearlings, high percentage weaned and condition. We expect to sell 1,550 head, breaking down like this: 125, 150 weight cows and bulls, 125, 150 pairs bred cows, 1,300, 1,350 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 35 bred cows, extra quality red and Charolais crossbred cows, bred to Angus bulls, cows 8 to 11 years old, 25 bred cows, excellent quality black white face, red white face English crosses, bred to Angus 4 to 10 years old, 33 calves, Paradise Springs Ranch, Lincoln, New Mexico, excellent quality black white face Angus crossbred calves, cattle weaned 60 days, 3 rounds of shots, 550 pounds, 62 calves and light yearlings, the MacGyver Ranch, Fort Davis, Texas, excellent quality black white face and white face Angus and Hereford crossbreds, 1 round of shots, 450, 700 pounds, 30 calves, Gatlin Lake Ranch, Springerville, Arizona, excellent quality black and red Angus crossbred calves, shots at Brandon, 250, 450 pounds, 76 calves and light yearlings, Bosque Bonita Ranch, Sierra Blanca, Texas, excellent quality black white face Angus crosses, 1 round of shots, 500, 750 pounds, 57 calves, Mr. Russell Freeman, Winston, New Mexico, excellent quality black white face Angus quality, replacement quality, cattle weaned 100 plus days, 2 rounds of shots, 400, 600 pounds, 70 calves, the Cane Ranch, Tier C, New Mexico, excellent quality, mostly Charolais crossbred calves, cattle weaned 40 days, medium condition, 375, 550 pounds, 38 calves, A&K Land and Cattle Company, Hope, New Mexico, excellent quality black Angus cross calves, cattle weaned 70 days, thin to medium condition, 350, 450 pounds, and 60 calves, Klein Cattle Company, Marfa, Texas, excellent quality black Angus and Brangus crosses, cattle weaned 30 days, 500, 700 pounds, several smaller sets of high-quality native calves and light yearlings with condition. Sale time this morning will be at 9 o'clock. Sell pairs, bred cows, 9:45. Be selling calves and yearlings about 10:30. Fairly short on cows, be on breds, calves and yearlings pretty quick. We expect to sell 1,550 head today. Happy New Year. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
What's really going on? Daniel Bellows here at Permian Ford Lincoln, corner of Sanger and El Paso, and I have some big news. You're going to want to listen to this. 2025 Ford models have 0% for 60 months and 90 days of deferred payments. That means you won't have a payment until February, possibly March. Right here at Permian Ford Lincoln, corner of Sanger and El Paso. 0% for 60 months on 2025 model year-end clearance sale is going on right now. You got to get yourself down to Permian Ford Lincoln. We have a huge selection, and we're ready to serve you guys. 1000 North Del Paso Street here, Hobbs, America.
Not all models and trim levels qualify. See dealer for details.
This is Davis Smith, the Gorilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Wilbanks LLC and Wilbanks Trucking Services LLC have over 37 years of experience from 1987 to 2025 in the Permian Basin oil and gas industry. Wilbanks recently divested out of the rig moving operations to focus exclusively on providing crane services to support the growing demand in the basin. Wilbanks continues to provide quality, expert, and performance-based services to a multitude of customers. With a fleet ranging from 60-ton to 350-ton cranes, locations in Hobbs, Artesia, and Odessa, they hope that you will consider their team for projects ranging from plant builds, compressor sets, to general site builds. Please call 575-746-6318 to find out what they can do for you. Wilbanks LLC, your regional expert in the crane world.
Imagine a world where teams wore plain, uninspired uniforms. Functional? Sure. Eye-catching? Hardly. But as times evolved, so did the demand for standout styles. Enter the era of awesome graphics. Located at 523 West Sanger in Hobbs, New Mexico, they revolutionized team and work attire. Their secret? High-quality FR uniforms from renowned brands like Ariat, Lapco, Byrne, and Bulwark, paired with cutting-edge technology for vibrant, multicolored logos. Awesome Graphics bridges the gap, offering both sports and industrial uniforms that don't just fit well, they inspire. From Nike office shirts to Adidas and Oakley designs, they ensure every team and staff look as professional as they perform. They're not just about appearances at Awesome Graphics, they're about empowering teams. So if you're in Southeast New Mexico and need uniforms that speak volumes, the choice is clear. Visit myawesomegraphics.com and discover how they can elevate your team's image. Awesome Graphics, where style meets performance.
Southeast New Mexico weather. Good morning. It's a nice start to the week, and temperatures 72 degrees in Roswell under a sunny sky. 73 degrees in Carlsbad, Artesia, and 72 degrees in Lovington. So a beautiful day on this Monday. Well, temperatures with a few high clouds tomorrow will drop slightly. 70 degrees in Carlsbad, 68 degrees in Lovington. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts. Your country plays on W105.
Oh my God!
Have your attention, please.
It's a show that hit.
Let's go quickly. You're on.
Oh, that sounds great.
Hey, yo, stop the show. Don't try to stop me, 'cause I gotta go.
Are you ready? Let's roll.
Where to go? Green tide. Where to go?
Your morning show powered by your Ford dealer. Be in the Breakfast Club being powered by Permian Ford. Broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. The question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply with the largest selection of parts for heavy trucks and semis. Call or text now. 877-396-W105 to talk to us. Text line brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer.
Move it, move it, move it.
Call or text now. 877-396-W105 to talk to us.
In 3, 2,
and we're back.
And we're back.
Monday. Thank God.
It's a new year, a new cycle.
It's a new year.
Merry New Year.
Fresh start.
Happy New Year.
Clean slate.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year? More like unhappy New Year.
Your positivity is infectious.
I can't wait to get started.
It's showtime.
And well, that didn't sound right. There you go. We had engineer Robin here over the weekend, and thank God fixing stuff. But I looked at that. I thought it was pressed. My eyes this morning and my hearing are not working the best. It's a new year. So, yeah, we told me something this morning. I was like, what? Can't you hear? Evidently not.
You don't know what you missed out on.
I just sit there and agree. That gets me in trouble from time to time. All right, 609-609, or number 877-396-W105. We'll be talking about Venezuela all morning. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I would like, and don't be like some of these people that are, no. I mean, they come up with the chants that sound a lot like Free Palestine. Let me just say, sounds almost identical to Free Palestine.
Yeah.
You just change the words, and it's the same rhythm. It's everything. Free Venezuela.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, they're living in freedom now, and pretty much everybody that's ever been to Venezuela or live in Venezuela that are Venezuelan Americans, they all agree it's a long time coming.
I agree.
And it would have happened a long time ago if a president could be able to find his cojones. So we'll dive into all that. I would love to hear from you this morning about is it good? There are people saying it's an oil grab.
Liberals.
Yeah. Look, there's a lot of American corporations that are owed a ton of money. I'll get into that coming up shortly. A lot of money from Venezuela. They invested in Venezuela, and the state government just took everything back from them. Mm-hmm. ConocoPhillips, $30 billion. Mm-hmm. They owe ConocoPhillips. Took them to world court. They refused to pay.
Mm-hmm.
So, dictator, former chauffeur, all the way to bodyguard to becoming president, Maduro. And you know what? It didn't help when he's over there. Come get me. Come get me. And doing the Trump dance and stuff. Okay. We'll see how that works. Mexico, you're next. Get your stuff together.
Yep. Cuba.
Yeah. Cuba, Mexico, get your stuff together. Colombia, you're next. I've said a long time ago, I think annexing Mexico into the United States is a good plan. All these people that want to come over here and be part of America, now you're part of America.
Right.
We take everything.
And we won't even have to build a wall because Mexico already has a wall on their southern border.
So
facts.
I'm going to see if the phones work. We'll see. I'm getting nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, nothing. All right, you're going to have to, Julio, I see you calling. You're going to have to call. And I didn't talk to the engineer about that. I know he was working on it, but it doesn't look like it's probably got blown up worse. So, oil and gas, is that important? Yeah, it's important. Most definitely, that's important. I get it. Oil and gas is what. Yeah, oil and gas is what keeps us running. Mm-hmm. So we'll dive into all of that. Today is George Washington Carver Day, Bird Day, Keto Day, National Screenwriters Day, and Whipped Cream Day going on all day today. President Trump claiming the U.S. would take control of Venezuela after the military strike on Caracas, saying that Washington would oversee the country during the transition period. And
that's written a little disingenuous.
Yeah.
It wasn't a military strike on Caracas.
Yeah.
It was
well, it was a military strike on Maduro that
on his compound.
Yeah.
They landed and took him.
They were able to take him into custody, him and his wife.
No casualties.
Faster than I watched Landman last night.
Yes.
I want you to wrap your head around the badassness of our military.
Yeah.
We were able to conquer and defeat in less time than me watching an episode of Landman last night. Mm-hmm. And by the way, Landman took it to a whole nother level last night. Another level.
I take it you enjoyed.
What do you mean
episode.
by another level?
Well, I mean, there were multiple things I laughed at.
Oh, yeah.
But the
humor in that show is really
I'm not gonna tell. I don't want to spoil it for everybody.
No.
But the idea that there was a casino in Carlsbad.
Yeah, that was there was more than one error last night. Just the casino in Carlsbad was just one of them.
Yeah, Carlsbad, the casino.
They could have easily just
alien
said Hobbs.
That they're buying from the convenience store, the alien. Do you get it? They combined what is in Hobbs, but they called it Carlsbad, and they kind of tagged it with an alien.
I think the writers came to New Mexico and maybe hit the dispensary. I don't know.
Well, and that's the one thing that they were kind of getting right was the area, and then they didn't.
And then they messed that up. But I mean,
and the strip club that they did, unless Rick's has one also in Midland. That was in Fort Worth.
No, Rick's, they are in Midland.
Okay, because the one that they shot is actually in Fort Worth.
But that girl, by the way, coming in, go check it out. It was actually pretty cool.
Again, my problem was those kind of errors. They could have easily.
Yeah, they could have either said Ruidoso or Hobbs or whatever. Yeah, they kind of messed it up. But you know what? For the most part, it's not supposed to be for real. It's only a TV show. So.
Yeah. You say you're in Midland, and you say that you're doing this. And
I mean, so I thought it was interesting. But to Wicked composer Stephen Schwartz says he's boycotting the Kennedy Center after the board voted President Trump's name to be included in the Kennedy Trump Center or Trump Kennedy Center. And, so Kennedy Center has had a lot of cancellations, probably more than Adele during COVID. I mean, did lots of cancellations. Lots of cancellations. So New Year's, a lot of people got resolutions that they're kicking in. And, I am not breaking out the yoga mat. To me, yoga mats are completely worthless because I'm going to do yoga about as many times as I'm hitting the ground. And when I hit the ground, it's not going to be intentionally.
For you, it would be okay because it's a lot of stretching and things. And that part of the yoga is actually pretty good for you.
I like doing the stretching. I'm just not going to hot yoga class.
Get in the back.
Yeah. So
nobody says you can sit in the back of the class.
I want to go to hot yoga class.
Hot yoga class where they heat up the temperatures.
No. I was thinking something else.
Yeah, they turn up the temperatures to about 90.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's pretty good because that makes you sweat because there's too many gyms. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, it's way too cold.
They turn that air conditioner on. I'm like, it's 60 degrees in here.
I am freezing at the gym. Yes. And then if you break out in the sweat, that's how you get sick.
Right.
And I get why they do it. People from work can go in there and work and not break a sweat.
You're going to the gym. You're supposed to break a sweat.
So I don't like the air. And in fact, me personally, I wish there was very little air, just to circulate.
Yeah.
Yep. Tommy Lee Jones, his daughter, Victoria Jones, passed away over the weekend, found in a hotel. They are suspecting overdose. She was 34 years of age. And Tom Brady seen with a new woman on his arm.
Okay.
Her name is Alexis Earl. She's 25 years old. They spotted them in St. Bart's. Tom Brady's like, yeah, well,
Now, was Tom Brady the one that they heard calling a quarterback a big booty quarterback?
I don't know anything about no big booty in the quarterback.
No,
Tom Brady is the guy that deflated the balls. And
who's the one that's the commentator now? The one that was the...
Tom Brady is a commentator.
Well, there's a bunch of
Troy
them.
Aikman.
I want to say, no, it wasn't Aikman, and it wasn't Romo. It was either Brady. Help me out, audience.
Sims
was big booty. Tom Brady.
He described.
Evidently, the big booty wasn't enough because the wife got with the jiu-jitsu instructor.
He was talking about a football quarterback. He was like, "Yeah, now you have your big booty quarterback in there, or whatever." Like he was commenting on.
That doesn't sound like a Tom Brady thing, but it could be.
He did. One of them said it, and the internet blew up.
I saw a picture of the woman, and now he's got it. She can play quarterback. She's got the big booty to go along with it, too. So, all right, a lot of people, we get calls weekly about when the construction of the Rio Felix Bridge on 285, it begins today. So, $235 million bridge improvement project, adding structural support to the and replacing part of that bridge, railings and that type of stuff. It begins today. So just a word of advice, be on the lookout, and that speed zone is going to be down to about 35 miles an hour. And very important that, look, they're getting the work done and to slow down and watch out for those guys. So I got your back, New Mexico Dot. And a lot of people are like, well, why have they started the construction?
Today.
It starts today, but the reason they hadn't started the construction is that it was on the list, and you know the way Southeast New Mexico is listed at the bottom. Always last. All right, let's talk about Caracas. Let's talk about, there are people that are crying over the Venezuelan takeover.
White liberals.
Yeah, and so let's think about this for a second. Obama and Biden's tenure. They took out Osama bin Laden. Did that get congressional approval?
Nope.
Nope.
What about Al-Qaeda leader?
Nope.
What about, I can't think of the guy's name. He was actually from Las Cruces. Al Zabadi, I think was his name. They took him out. He was an American citizen. Mm-hmm. Yes, he was a terrorist.
Yeah, they got him with a drone strike.
Yeah, they took him out. So the outcrying from Democrats is pretty inconsistent and not responsible.
What about Libya?
Yeah, Libya. Yeah. And so the Democrats have a big double standard that continues.
I agree.
And look, he needed to be taken out. In 2020, there was the warrant for him. Mm-hmm. And Joe Biden couldn't find Venezuela on a map. And Jill was going, it's right there, Joe. It's right there. It's right there. You see it now? No, I don't see it. He couldn't find it on the map.
She said that to him a lot about a lot of things.
So Trump to the rescue, coming in and doing everything. And, you know, my brother speaks of when he went to Venezuela, because when Venezuela took over all the oil operations, so what they did,
billions.
American corporations invested lots of money in Venezuela. Refineries,
Mm-hmm.
oil field projects, billions and billions and billions. And then one day the country just said, this is state run, get out.
Mm-hmm.
And
fascism, imagine.
Yeah, so they got out. Now, these same people have no problem with the Chinese, the Russians, and Hamas being in Venezuela. They don't have a problem with that. But they told the big oil companies to get out. So the company my brother worked for, I'm not going to mention them, sent him back in there with a group of attorneys and engineers, and they were pretty much sent in the middle of the night. They heard gunfire, and the embassy came and got them and took them out of the country. So that company sued Venezuela in the world court for like $30 billion and was awarded $30 billion, but they could never collect. And there are many companies like that that went into Venezuela, invested their hard-earned American money, and were not able to get their assets back out. So those companies will have an opportunity maybe to go back in.
Yeah.
The problem is they're going to have to invest a lot more money because everything is, you know.
Well, and that's not going to be anytime right soon either because of who is still in power there.
Right.
You know, I mean, you chopped the head off the snake, but now you have the next in line. And this isn't like it's going to be a regime change.
Right.
You know, I mean, maybe eventually, but not.
So, and if that person doesn't play ball, they will be taken out also. And there needs to be elections in Venezuela. I am not for annexing Venezuela. I am for annexing Mexico. I would be okay with that. They are our neighbors.
Think of the states we could add and be the real United States.
A lot of people that want to come over here and they want a better life from Mexico. Think about the family members that are here now that could just drive across the border. There would be no checkpoints, so I am for annexing. So Mexico, this is a wake-up call to Sheinbaum and the cartels that if you don't get in line, you could be next. Cuba could be next.
Well, and Venezuela and Mexico share the fact that they are both run or have a very strong tie to cartels and drug lords.
Right. And look at Maduro was actually sending a lot of money through Mexico to the banks, and
he's head of Sinaloa.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that for a minute.
So they took the head off the snake, but the battle is not done.
No.
The battle is not done. Things that we can reflect on. Nobody was injured on the American side.
Correct.
Amen.
No loss of equipment.
Nope. None.
Everything went as planned.
It was as good an operation as they could ever run.
Yeah. So.
Well, and did you hear that it was supposed to have been done 4 days before that, but they were waiting for the weather to get right? Like the
good
weather
planning.
was absolutely
Yep.
good planning.
So Trump said yesterday on board Air Force One, he said Cuba's ready to fall, saying they could be on the short list if they don't. And look, the people of Cuba have been suffering for a long time.
Well, you think about that. There's some people that are in political office right now.
Marco Rubio.
Yeah, wouldn't be here if his dad didn't have to flee
No
Cuba.
doubt. No doubt.
Right.
So Venezuelan dictator and his wife make their first court appearance. In fact,
son.
they were were making their first appearance. They were on the way to court to be arraigned in court today,
Noon Eastern time.
So, but they were showing the convoys
Right.
as they were moving across New York City, and I bet it was 20 vehicles
Oh, I bet.
at least.
Can you imagine the security in that?
But how long did it take the socialist cell in America to print signs and get out there and mobilize the foot soldiers for Maduro and other communist leaders? How long did that take?
A few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Less than 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the signs that they were waving in New York City, they're pretty much the same in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Incredible.
Just and we kind of talked about this a little bit off the air, but explain to me how these liberals were all up in arms, not wanting a Venezuelan criminal to go home. Speaking about the wife beater, drug dealer, cartel guy.
The Maryland man.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now they want Venezuelan criminals to go home.
Yeah. So, look, Albuquerque community gathered opposition to the U.S.-Venezuelan strikes, and I did see opposition to that where Venezuelan Americans going, you have lost your mind. Number one, you've never been to Venezuela. You've never been part of that process. My family was kicked out of Venezuela, so you don't know what you're talking about. And so we got state senators that are losing their mind, New Mexico leaders like Ben Ray Lujan and Martin Heinrich, that Martin Heinrich wrote, let's be clear, President Trump has acted without legal authorization from Congress.
Clinton, Obama, etc.
So let me get this right. You're okay with Obama doing what he did to take out Gaddafi and so on and so you're okay with that?
He is.
So
and remember Clinton, Somalia, Bosnia, Kosovo.
So anybody that thinks that the UN is going to step in and slap Donald Trump on the hands, you forget where the money comes from to fund the UN.
Well, and it's not like he declared war.
No.
Correct.
So that's where he has to get congressional approval.
Right. This is the operation. It's different. So Mexico's president came out quick and said she rejects military actions and carried out. Of course you do. That's your buddy.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got Venezuelan families living in New Mexico that say they are hopeful for a new future without Maduro.
Amen.
So Carl Rojas fled Venezuela for New Mexico 3 years ago and believes that his home country has a better chance without the thug dictator.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Starlink providing free services to Venezuela until February 3rd. Elon Musk said that they will go in there and provide internet. That way people can talk to their family members finally. See, we forget that Venezuela, being a communist country, they shut off the people from communication.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot of people
control the information
that couldn't communicate with family members.
Mm-hmm.
So Chuck Schumer says the Senate will vote for authorization of war authorization in Venezuela. It's not a war.
He's not in charge of the Senate.
He's the minority leader.
Right.
So,
but he's acting like he's the Senate leader.
So Maduro used diplomatic planes to move drug proceeds from Mexico to Venezuela.
Huh.
So newly released criminal indictment now arrested Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife. They used diplomatic planes to pack the money onto the planes in Mexico and ship it back to Venezuela. And by the way, they've got all the aerial footage. They've got everything. You think they went in there, just went, oh, we're going to do? No.
Absolutely not.
They were able to lay the boom. So I am happy. I would love to hear from you this morning. Our number 877-396-W105. By the way, if you're watching us on TikTok, the entire show where you can hear everybody speaking and all our bites and stuff, you can find that on Facebook, YouTube, also available on
Kick, Rumble, Twitch.
Wherever. Yeah, you just type in.
Everywhere.
Just type in Be in the Breakfast Club. You'll find us. So we appreciate you. All right, check of the weather this morning being brought to you by La Tienda in Pecos, Texas. La Tienda's right there on Eddy Street. Some of the savings for the New Year's include boneless chicken breast, $1.99 a pound. Also, London broil, $4.99 a pound. Sirloin pork chops, just $1.99 a pound. T-bone steaks, get them for just $9.99 a pound. Also, get the cucumbers, 3 for $1. Red cherries, $3.99 a pound. And juicy grapefruits, just $2.99 a pound. Also, in the deli department this morning, you can find Black Forest ham, $4.98 a pound. Also, roast chicken breast for $5.98 a pound. And you can find sandwich wheat bread, $1.48 a loaf. Plus, you can find all the refreshments you will need. Coldest beer in town, but this week, 20-pack of Coke, Dr. Pepper, and Sprite, $12.99 for a 20-pack. Check them out today. La Tienda in Pecos, Texas. Southeast New Mexico, sunny today, 74. 39 tonight, 70 coming up tomorrow. And Lincoln County, Ruidoso, 56, 34, and then 55 coming up tomorrow. You have a chance of snow happening Wednesday night into Thursday night, where temperatures are not going to get above 40, say 47 for that entire period later on this week. And in Albuquerque this morning, 58 and sunny for the high, 29 tonight, and then 56 and sunny. You also have snow coming up later in the week. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by A Custom Construction and Roofing and Insurance Specialist, licensed, bonded, and insured, local veteran, owner and operator, has been in business for over 30 years. They have an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Call him today. They can take care of your roof, remodeling, carports, that type of stuff. 575-318-9725. Called Dwayne Pennick this morning. 575-318-9725. Warning you about the unlicensed out-of-town contractors. When they're gone, yeah, the warranty is also gone. All right, we'll talk about the Las Cruces police officer, former police officer charged with manslaughter. We'll get to that. Also, the Cowboys suffer another loss. We'll tell you what that means. And the Roswell Police Department investigating another shooting, sexual battery that happened in Roswell. I'll tell you more about that coming up. 6:33, Monica.
Frank says, Buenos dias, Monica and the guys. Y'all have a good Monday. God bless you. God bless you as well, Frank. Good morning. And this texter says, good morning, you guys. It's a great day to be an American. Trump says that we are taking over Venezuela temporarily until they get fair elections. I think it's good. Look at all the videos from Venezuela, and the people are happy. So are other countries. The liberals are the only ones that have a problem with everyone protesting, and this should have went to Venezuela. Or they should go to Venezuela. They wouldn't be protesting.
From the ocean to the mountains.
Smokey says, good morning, guys, and Monica. I think it was a good plan to go get them, and the libs are already crying. We kidnapped him, and I'm like, shut the F up.
The best one is they disappeared him.
Just worry about yourself, not Venezuela.
Smokey, these same people go from one issue, Ukraine,
right.
Gaza. Yeah, it makes up their life.
Right. Bean Sandwich says, hey, ho, ho, shut your bought and paid for pie hole. What are you talking about, Bean Sandwich?
The protesters.
Okay, yeah. Blake Wannabe says, Landman sucks these days. I would disagree.
I disagree. I thought it was comical. I thought it was. I
The
mean,
show has a lot of humor, and there's in every episode. There's
with
funny
the
parts.
exception of the slip up about the casino and Carlsbad.
I know it would have been interesting. It would have been awesome to, I think that they said Carlsbad because Carlsbad's more known, but us around here watching it, we know it was Hobbs.
I think it took a lot of heat away from the daughter. Think about this. The second season,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing about the daughter
Correct.
being sexual.
Correct. It's the lawyer now.
Oh, yeah.
It's the lawyer. And it's his dad making a comeback.
I've got to.
You want to be the dad. right now.
Spoilers.
I think the dad and the
yeah.
physical therapist are gonna.
Spoilers.
You think so? You think so?
Spoilers.
I don't think so, but I think she's gonna be the reason
Spoilers.
that he
Look,
comes back
people
to
haven't
life,
had a chance
so to say.
see it.
Yeah. Well, they ought to be watching.
They should.
Well, give them at least a week.
Dude,
People are busy.
No.
They're
You go
working.
on Fox. If you go on Fox, they've got the whole update to that.
But they can avoid that. If they listen to this show, the only way they can avoid it is by turning us off.
Well, we're not giving any info out.
Well, we're making them want to go and
I'm
watch it right now.
speculating
immediately.
on the next episode.
We're not telling them everything that happened. We're giving them something
Well, let's just
to
put it
look
this
forward
way.
to.
I think Grandpa goes to the. Can you take me to the drugstore?
Yep. And I think he just gets all the springs back in his steps.
You're gonna see him. He's gonna be walking with another lot of pep in his step.
I was telling my daughter who was watching it with us, don't judge us because we let her watch it with us. And
Oh my
she was
God.
like, yeah, she was just looking at me. And when, the girls doing that in the water.
Spoilers.
And she was just like, ugh, like disgusting or whatever. And I said, you would
Hey,
be surprised. I said,
old
that
dudes
man is considered one of the sexiest men alive.
Old dudes need love too.
And she was like, are you serious? I said, yeah. Anyways, back to the text. Frank in the Patch says, in 2008, I was working for Shell Oil, and all of a sudden we got a lot of Venezuelan Shell employees when Chavez, ran
Chavez.
Shell out of Venezuela. Good job to our
Mm-hmm.
patriot president and the administration. And what you talking about, Willis said, yeah, I believe 285 bridge when I see it, yet they don't even have equipment there. Ew. Jason said, yes, it was Tom Brady that made that comment about Josh Allen. He
Oh.
called Josh a big 250-pound big booty quarterback. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. And Chingon said, there is a Rick's in Midland, but it's more like that 1980s hotel that's not been upgraded. Gotcha. And Jeffro said, now that the liberals love a dictator, I thought they said Trump was a dictator.
Well,
Didn't they just have a no kings thing?
Think about this. The Democrats love everything that's wrong. They love, illegal foreigners. They love drug dealers. They love gang members, and now they love dictators. Everything that's wrong, they endorse.
That's right. Stansberry from New Mexico came out and ripped Trump. She was embarrassing.
Oh,
yeah, she
I'll
is.
I think I got little Melanie Stansberry.
Big John says, de oppresso liber. Mexican truck driver says, all I have to say is that our military is badass.
They are badass.
Amen.
Amen.
Kevin from Hub says, the Trump haters are the only ones that have a problem with the Venezuelan mission. They said Carlsbad because Hobbs wanted nothing to do with it. Who said?
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either. I think Hobbs would have eaten that
I
up.
think they meant Ruidoso.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has an opinion when you're writing a script if they can be involved or not be involved.
No.
Let's see. Is it true that Obama #2 was trying to reach out to Venezuela to warn them about the strike? No, because nobody knew about it.
No, nobody knew about it. Look, even even the committee didn't know about it. They didn't inform them until it was happening. And Maduro was running to get to his I guess his room with a big steel door, and he couldn't get it shut because they had already killed all his security detail.
Right. Not privileged kind of got it like how we said. I believe they meant Ruidoso. Hobbs doesn't have roulette tables. Plus, they bought a stuffed alien. Yeah, I told you they had it all mixed in there.
Yeah.
If you have Paramount streaming, you can watch Landman at 10 or 11 p.m. Saturday night. Really, Nick? Interesting. And I don't think there will be a third series. It's really gone downhill. No fires, no deaths.
I don't
agree.
I think the viewership is actually up. I could be wrong. It is the number one streaming show on TV.
What are y'all's thoughts on the Houston Texans winning 9 games in a row and starting the season 0-3 and now 12-5 in the
teams
playoffs?
have the opportunity to get better. And look, I was completely wrong. Ole Miss beat Georgia. I was completely wrong. But let's just admit there were some throws in that game that there was a sense of luck from Chambliss. I mean, but kudos going out to Ole Miss. But all these people, see, Pete Golding's a better coach than Lane Kiffin. How many job offers did Pete Golding have as a head coach before Ole Miss named him the head coach? 0. Not one. Not one school came and said, that's our guy. And I said it about Texas Tech. I was pulling for Texas Tech. But I said it, they haven't played anybody in the regular season. So their toughest game was BYU. By the way, yesterday they signed the number 1 quarterback in the portal. It was them and LSU going after, and the kid had ties to Lubbock. The offense coordinator was I want to say his offense coordinator in high school. And there's a tie like that. There's hometown ties, so he's going to Lubbock. Yeah.
Okay, last 2. Steve B says, you guys are killing me. There's a large percentage of us that wait for the season to finish to binge it. And Jeff from the Patch says, Blake's right. You guys shut up about the show. No.
I'm just teasing you.
Eric says, cut the head off of that cocaine commie snake. And Chicky Chicky Pow Pow says, on Landman, in the beginning of the show, did anybody catch that water flood with the tank running over? I didn't.
Nah.
But I wouldn't know to look for it. The Democrats of Santa Fe don't like us here in the Southeast. That's why they're not going to spend money on the 285 bridge. That's from Vince. Venezuela.
Well, they've got the money. It's $2.5 million, which is a drop in the bucket. It's not like a lot of money. I mean, and the scope of everything. It's a lot of money for me or you, but it needs to be repaired. That road is one of the, probably traffic-wise on a state highway. Lots of people up and down that highway. So fix it.
Venezuela, the worst thing that can happen to USA oil jobs, all of our Southeast New Mexico oil jobs.
I'm not buying that.
Me either.
I'm not buying that. Venezuela has been producing oil and gas money. This is a geopolitical move that Trump is really smart about. It takes out Russia. It takes out China. It takes out Hamas that's inside of Venezuela. It takes out a lot of different folks. So I think it's smart. And I don't think it's going to hurt the oil and gas industry in New Mexico or in the United States.
No.
And back to you, B.
I mean, we have been surviving. What do you think? Venezuela hasn't produced any oil?
I think at this point, regardless of what is let out before these things happen, I think that this administration has proven to us that they know of things and why to do the things when they do. And it just, honestly, over the weekend, I couldn't have felt more proud to be an American. And I thought to myself, I don't know, Like growing up, like you hear of all of these things, but as an adult, you appreciate it so much more.
Donald Trump said he was going after the drug cartels.
Yes.
You got to cut the head off the snake.
Exactly. And then once you do your studying, you realize, oh my gosh, you see the connections and you're like, then you understand why. And then you've got your own people in your own country that could care less that they're being protected.
I see people in the Philippines posting up about free Venezuela and stuff. And what I would like to remind people, earlier last week, the president and Marco Rubio said one thing. He said, countries that stand by us will be rewarded.
Right.
Countries that do not stand by us will not be rewarded. So countries like the Philippines, how much money does the United States give you every year? Billions. By the way, we give Mexico billions to stop drugs coming into this country. Stop giving them the drugs. It ain't working. Stop giving them the money. It's not working.
You know why this went off without a hitch?
Nobody knew.
That's right. They didn't tell any of the Congress people.
Correct.
Loose lips.
Yep.
Sank ships.
Yep.
Loose lips.
So a friend
Sink
of mine
ships.
finally commenting, he's been missing for about, his mom and dad didn't even know where he was. The kid that I know, the Filipino.
Monica, you'll have to show the photo.
Yeah.
A little bit.
He's been on an aircraft carrier parked outside of Venezuela. And yesterday he made his first call to mom and dad. I'm safe. Everything is good.
Yep. That's what military is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to know every single movement that our military does.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the tweet of the day, being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Payne and Roswell. Over 1,000 guns in stock, handguns, rifles, shotguns. If you're looking for personal protection, they've got you covered. Zia Guns, 1907 North Payne and Roswell. Closed Saturday, always open on Sunday. They can buy your gun. You can trade in your gun to get a better gun. Give them a call, 575-622-0023. Find them in Roswell and 1907 North Payne in Roswell. Don't forget, closed Saturday, always open on Sunday. So here is a Venezuelan American talking about his family and everything that happened to his family. It's a little lengthy. I did cut the whole thing is like 5 minutes long. I think I put that up on my Facebook page. If you want to listen to the whole interview, listen to what this guy said. Well, that ain't good. That ain't good. That ain't good. That ain't good. We could listen to him, maybe. Did you hear him on cue earlier?
No, I just did the volume on him. I just turned him up. You can always go into Dropbox and play it from there.
Yeah, I guess I could play it, the audio. I don't know what everything's set up right.
See if it's playing through the this one. See, turn it up. I know it's got a hum, but no, that's where you'll have to play it from Dropbox. So,
all right. So my video bites, and man, that's got a worse hum.
Just minimize that window, and it should be up on the screen though.
It won't play on that. It won't. That computer won't play.
Oh, yeah.
I got to go back on the other computer. Yeah. God bless America. All right, we'll get to that. But here's what the guy had to say as he talks about Venezuela being rescued. Here's what he had to say.
My family, my parents, my sister, my extended family, all lost everything. Their work, their savings, their investments, gone. Wiped out by a narco dictatorship that has held Venezuela in a death grip for over 25 years. And what happened to my family has happened to millions, and yes, millions. The Venezuelan exodus is the second largest displacement crisis on earth after Syria. This is not just a tragedy. It is one of the great humanitarian disasters of our time. But the suffering doesn't end there. This regime has jailed hundreds of political prisoners. Thousands have been murdered simply for speaking out. More than a third of the population has fled. 1/3. Not for better opportunities or for the American dream, but to survive, to live, because staying often means death. And while the world may see Venezuela as a collapsed state, what it is in reality is an occupied one. Our territory, our natural resources, and our institutions have been overrun by hostile foreign powers. Iranian militias, Chinese corporations, Russian intelligence, all exploiting our country with impunity. Venezuela is no longer just a local crisis. It is now a geopolitical threat that endangers the entire Western Hemisphere.
This guy right there is spot on. Spot on. President Trump talked about taking control of Venezuela. Here's what he had to say yesterday.
The country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have the same situation that we had for the last long period of years. So we are going to run the country.
So we are going to run the country. What does that mean? We are going to run the country temporarily until everything is in place.
But are we?
I don't know if we are. He spoke about this yesterday also. Here's he went on to say.
Running a country in South America, America first.
Well, I think it is, because we want to surround ourselves with good neighbors. We want to surround ourselves with stability. We want to surround ourselves with energy. We have tremendous energy in that country. It's very important that we protect it. We need that for ourselves. We need that for the world. And we want to make sure we can protect it. Yes, sir. Please, go ahead.
Yeah, is there a message here for Cuba and Diaz-Canel?
Well, Cuba's an interesting case. Cuba is, not doing very well right now. That system has not been a very good one for Cuba. The people there have suffered for many, many years. And I think Cuba is going to be something we'll end up talking about, because Cuba is a failing nation right now.
And Marco Rubio did talk about Cuba. Of course, his family has ties to Cuba. Hakeem Jeffries was not very happy. Not very happy. Little Hakeem Jeffries, listen to what he had to say.
Is the administration justified in this case in not briefing Congress?
Well, there's been no evidence that the administration has presented to justify the actions that were taken in terms of there being an imminent threat to the health, the safety, the well-being, the national security of the American people.
I'm telling you, this guy was a breakdancer back in the day, because the hand gestures are pretty crazy. And then you had liberals that are losing their mind. They stole Maduro.
They stole him out of his bed, in his pajamas, trying to run one of the few socialist nations on earth, and they stole him like a hawk stealing a rabbit. It's not okay to break international law. It's not okay to enact war without congressional approval.
They didn't.
You will be impeached for this, Orange Man.
Orange Man.
Do you understand? This is not okay. This is not allowed. We will not allow this as the American people. It's not okay. You can't just steal presidents out of thin air. Democratically elected presidents, you can't just tick them. They're not your...
By the way, he's lost the last two elections.
He's not democratically elected.
He's lost the last
look.
two elections.
He said one of the few socialist countries. You don't have democratic elections in socialist countries.
And by the way, Mandani said he called the president. Since when does the president take calls from mayors? I'm calling BS on this. Here's Mandani, what he had to say after, of course, he got sworn in. You know what's crazy? That a Jew will swear in a Muslim using the devil's book to make it happen. You can't write stuff like this.
Right.
You can't write stuff but listen to what Madonna had to say.
I called the president and spoke with him directly to register my opposition to this act.
and to make clear that it was an opposition based on being opposed to a pursuit of regime change, to the violation of federal and international law, and a desire to see that be consistent each and every day.
Consistency?
What is federal international law? These people don't even, they're just making up terms.
Making up words, you're right.
Well, it's a word salad. He took the lesson from Kamala Harris. All right, 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, Representative Melanie Stansbury. Here's what she had to say.
We know that the White House has been lying to Congress for months. We know that the legal theories and basis on which they are claiming war powers is not constitutional, nor is it legal. And we know that the White House has been seeking regime change, as we saw last night. Now, let's all be in agreement on the fact.
So let's all be in agreement with the facts. The facts are that you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I was going to say, that's what we know.
Yeah, we know that for a fact, for sure. Representative Anna Paulina Luna, listen to what she had to say. She is, of course, in the part of the House
Cuban.
Foreign Affairs Committee.
Isn't she Cuban descent?
From Cuba. Well, not from Cuba, but her family is from Cuba. Listen to what she had to say about the safe transition.
One of the most corrupt countries in the world, and it's a shame. They had one of the bloodiest election cycles this past cycle, and they killed journalists that were covering it. They've killed their own elected officials that were actually trying to fight the cartel. So I really don't care what the president of Mexico has to say, because in my opinion, she's only in that position because she's been installed. And if they actually had a good president, you'd see Mexico not being run by cartels.
Amen. I think she's spot on with most of that stuff. And then you have a senator from Vermont. Her name is Becca Blennett, and she is on fire about the president going in there and swooping away, stealing Moderna. Here's what she said.
Good morning, Jonathan. Look, I'm angry on behalf of Americans, on behalf of Congress, and most importantly, on behalf of our service members who were put in harm's way. And this was not necessary. This was not legal. And we saw this coming.
So we saw it coming. Yeah, from like 2020, we saw it coming. And then you had a president that would not do anything to make it work. Nothing. All right, we're going to talk about Elon Musk has agreed to fund the Republicans in the midterms. So we'll talk about that coming up in just a second. Former Las Cruces Police Department police officer set to be sentenced for the 2023 manslaughter case. The officer found guilty of voluntary manslaughter in the 2023 case that is he's expected to be to sentence later this month. Former officer Felipe Hernandez found guilty of killing 45-year-old Teresa Terry Gomez in October 2023. The videos show Hernandez approaching a car at an apartment complex with Gomez at the wheel, along with a male passenger. In the court records, Hernandez recognized the passenger as someone that wasn't allowed on the property. Gomez got back into the car, and in the process, Hernandez says that he was bumped by the car. He opened fire on the car, and that's why they got him on manslaughter charge. If I'm not mistaken, he was living at that apartment complex. As a lot of times apartment complexes will hire police officers to give them free rent or discounted rent to live on the premises for protection. Mm-hmm. Cowboys suffered a consecutive losing season as Dak Prescott is benched and the defender is ejected. Lopsided loss last night, 34-17. So what do the Cowboys get out of the season besides a couple first round draft choice? They've got 2, right?
I think that's true. Yeah. I'd have to go look and see because they trade those around and do all, so I'm not exactly sure.
So I have said this many, many times. Dak Prescott's a good quarterback. You've got a handful of receivers, good receivers. I don't watch the NFL, so I don't. But if you just look at stats, it doesn't matter who's coaching the Cowboys. The Cowboys will never go to the Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones are part of the team. It's just the way it is, and I am sorry to break a lot of people's hearts.
Well, they can be part of the team as owners, but they need to get out of the way of the game running.
Move. Get out of the way.
Get a general manager and a coach and let them do their
Yep.
jobs.
Yep. Pretty sad. Delta Force. What do we know about Delta Force? They're the ones that went in and arrested the Venezuelan dictator and his wife and son. What do we know about them? Number one, First Special Forces operation, Delta, specialized in high-risk missions. They're a little different than the SEALs. They're trained a little different than the SEALs. They come from, of course, Fort Bragg and the hub for U.S. military specialists. And so thank God that they were able to go in there and nobody was injured.
I actually want to add something incredible to what you're talking about right now. We received a text from Big D this morning, and he said, Monica, I'm going to send you a pic. It's just for you guys. You know, you don't have to share about it on air. And I was waiting for the picture, but I hadn't seen that he had already texted in the picture. Look at this. That's Big D's son.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Incredible.
Crazy. From Hobbs, New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Standing right there.
I just got the chills.
Yeah.
So we can't say his name.
No.
But
Or what he was doing.
know that a New Mexican helped in the capture
God bless.
of Maduro.
God bless.
Incredible.
Fine young man, Big D. Rubio talks about eliminating Hezbollah. What was Hezbollah doing in Venezuela? What was Iran doing in Venezuela? We know China was there. We know that Russia was there. And now this gives us control of oil and gas going to China and, to other countries.
They were doing there the same things that they're doing in the Middle East countries.
We are in charge again. So other countries, this is not the time to mess around and find out.
Remember, they say that America is the great Satan.
Yep. Well, and we invite those people to come into America under the Joe Biden plan. Federal authorities announced on Friday they stopped the ISIS-inspired New Year's Eve attack in North Carolina before it was carried out. Christian Strouvant, 18 years old. It's kind of crazy that somebody would name their kid Christian, and he converts to being a Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been charged with attempting to provide material support to foreign terrorist organizations. According to the Department of Justice, officials said Strouvant planned to strike a local grocery store and a Burger King where he worked using knives and hammers in an attack inspired by ISIS. People, when you're out and about shopping, be aware of your surroundings.
Amen.
Be aware of your surroundings. Hakeem Jeffries calling for a probe into Donald Trump's health, saying the president's health is not good. You had a brain-dead president that you allowed to serve his term and said nothing about it. Nothing. Zero about that. And Roswell Police Department are asking for the public's help locating a person of interest in connection with the investigation involving a sexual battery. Roswell Police Department made numerous unsuccessful attempts to contact Esteban Stephen Condon, 47 years old. This case involved accusation of criminal sexual penetration of an adult female back in October of 2025. And juveniles do not fear the consequences. Hearing on Friday, that's what the Las Cruces police chief, Jeremy Story, said. The juveniles committing these crimes, they do not fear consequences in New Mexico because we don't have consequences in place for juveniles. Story said something needs to change. Of course, we have a session coming up on January 20th or 21st. I think it's the 21st.
It is 21st. That's a
So
Wednesday.
we'll have the chance to fix that. And New Mexico. You know, we hear all the people about the Affordable Care Act and the cost of the Affordable Care Act. And do you know what New Mexico enrollment numbers have hit an all-time high, despite the talk that premiums were going to go up in 2026?
Really?
The number of people covered through New Mexico Healthcare Marketplace has already reached a record high this year with 2 weeks open enrollment to go. We got 2 weeks to go, and we've already reached the high. So everything that all the people are saying is evidently inaccurate about the premiums going up, and nobody's going to be able to. Well, if nobody can afford it, why are they actually signing up for it?
20th, the opening days.
20th.
The Tuesday.
So maybe we can finally get something fixed with the crime in New Mexico. See, our governor, last time we had a special session, it was supposed to be about juvenile crime. It was supposed to be about crime. And I pray to God they don't turn things going from crime to taking away your guns.
Well, this isn't a special session. This is a regular.
Yeah. 60-day session.
Budget. No, it's a 30-day.
30-day session.
It's the budget session.
So let's see if they can get her. Let's see if they can get her done
It ends on February 19th.
without taking away anybody's guns. Morning show this morning being brought to you by text line 877-396-W105, being brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Find them at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day this morning being brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. They also have all the truck parts that for your semi-truck parts. And don't forget, we are broadcasting this morning all over the place. So if you get the opportunity, please like and share us. And, of course, our studio sponsor being brought to you by our buddies at the End of the Mountain God studio. And being powered this morning, you're feeling the power? That's courtesy of Permian Ford. Go check them out today. 7:07 morning show this morning being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror, Atlas Makeup Mirror, and Grooming Tool times 1, times 5, times 10, magnification, LED lights, travels easy. And if you haven't checked out the pocket mirrors yet, these are ideal. You got a bigger size pocket mirror and then a smaller one that can go in your back pocket or in your, can actually go in your purse. Give them a call, 575-631-3189. Go to the website, atlasmakeamirror.com. Monica, it's 7:08.
$18 trillion is now in our hands by the Venezuela oil field and all the precious metals. So our debt is coming down. Good for America, says Frank in the Patch. USA can't say anything when Russia takes full control of the Ukraine and China takes over Taiwan. Good morning, guys, and Happy New Year. What a great way to start a new year by outing Venezuela and pissing off every liberal, says James Brown. And Jeff from the pitch. Sorry. Jeff from the Patch. I'll work on that. I just want to make sure I have permission. Papa Sherm says, I agree with you, B. The Cowboys ain't going to do anything with Jerry Jones coaching the team. And there's a lot of us that agree with you. This texter said, Maduro got stolen in his chones. LOL. And I think the Dems would have leaked the info and could have caused many U.S. military lives. Not just good. That's just not good. I hope Colombia is next. Red wave completely. I watched a video of a man who escaped Venezuela about 5 years ago and came to the U.S. He was at a protest asking them why they were protesting and what they actually knew about the country. None of them could answer his questions. Bean Sandwich said, Kamala said she was attacking the root cause. Trump rips out the roots. Viva Trump. Semper Fi. And if you don't think more Venezuelan crude is on the market will lower prices, you need to wake up, said the Artesia fan. Chingon said Chuck Norris created Delta Force during recess in daycare. And I just renewed my insurance through Obamacare because I am self-employed, and it's the one and only option that you have now. It went up $600. Now it's $2,800 a month.
Wow.
Twista says the United States of South America sounds nice. And ACA in New Mexico, are those real numbers, or have they figured out how to scam the system like Minnesota?
Oh, maybe.
That's that one.
Yeah, we stopped talking. This happens, and then all of a sudden the Somalis are like, thank God for Venezuela.
Sure. And I do believe that was the last one concerning
Yeah, they're
that.
like, thank God Venezuela finally came around. All right, check of the weather this morning. We're KWMW Maljamura, 105.1 FM. Also KWES, 93.5 FM in Rio Doso. And KDAZ AM, 700 FM, 96.9 in Albuquerque. Of course, you can also watch us on TV in Albuquerque and Santa Fe. We appreciate you guys so much. And if you're watching online this morning, thank you for watching online. Take the time to subscribe and like us and share us. Leave us a comment if you would. That helps with the algorithms. And if you would, take the time to share it with your friends if you could. Check of the weather before we take a break. Being brought to you by State Representative Randy Pettigrew, reminding you the governor continues to attack our way of life. You count on one thing. The governor has some type of gun control plan in her back pocket coming up for the session. She will roll that out. I've got the numbers we'll talk about maybe in the next break about the red flag law. Where is the red flag law being used in New Mexico? Most of that is not. It's in Albuquerque. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you about that. But Randy Pettigrew puts out a newsletter that keeps you updated with what's going on in New Mexico. Sign up for the newsletter today, RandallPettigrew.com. If you need more information, by the way, the message paid for by Randy Pettigrew. 74, it's nice in southeast New Mexico. A break in the weather, 39 tonight. Sunny skies tomorrow up to 70. Rio Doso weather, 56 and sunny, 34 tonight, 55 coming up tomorrow. And you've got snow in Rio Doso coming up Wednesday night and the Thursday. Albuquerque weather, 58 and sunny, 29 tonight, and then 56 coming up for Tuesday. Snow coming up, looks like Thursday night you have a chance of snow. We're going to take a break, keep you updated with everything going on. Already 7:12, be on the Breakfast Club morning show this morning, being brought to you by Fusion Medical Spa. Fusion Medical Spa, find them today. They're in the River Crossing. Find them today with everything that you will need to look better. Skincare products. They also offer microneedling. They offer the Diamond Glow that exfoliates your skin. And they also have the Ensula that treats incontinence, but also encourages a Big O response. Free consultation today, 575-257-4722. Check them out today. River Crossing in Rio Doso. It's Fusion Medical Spa. Blake, if you would, give me the price of oil before we break, because I didn't do that.
Price of oil this morning, West Texas Intermediates at $58.01. That's up 69 cents. Brent crude is also up 61.35. Natural gas is off at $3.39. And the wholesale cost on a gallon of gasoline, only $1.70 this morning.
It's crazy. I was in Roswell Friday or Saturday. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what day. One gas station, $2.19. Right up the road, it was $2.59 at all the other gas stations on the north end of town.
With no discounts, $1.98 in Lubbock.
You know where I went? $2.19.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm like, I got it on $2.59. Yeah, 40 cents a gallon cheaper.
Sure.
Well, and if you go to a gas station where you can get 3 or 5 or 10 cent discount, just standard. Loyalty card.
Get her.
Imagine what you got.
Yeah, get her. All right, 7:15. We're coming right back. We're beyond the Breakfast Club.
MTD Radio News this hour being brought to you by Estacado Federal Credit Union with branches in Hobbs, Lovington, Eunice, and Denver City, Texas. For more information, find them at estacadofcu.com.
There are 5 factors that are used by the 3 credit reporting agencies to determine your credit score: payment history, amounts owed, length of credit history, new credit, and types of credit. There is much to know about your credit, and you should know it. Your credit is a valuable asset. It's wise to do all you can to improve it. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member, federally insured by NCUA.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. The Rio Felix Bridge south of Roswell on 285, about a mile from Hagerman, has been closed for more than a year due to flooding damage. It is finally seeing work to reopen it. Starting on Monday, New Mexico Department of Transportation is starting a bridge improvement project, aiming to add structural support, replace railings, and rebuild the southbound bridge to improve long-term safety. The $2.35 million project is expected to be completed by late April, weather permitting. And a state-run program called the Job Training Initiative Program helps train and upskill employees in a variety of economically based job fields, such as space, defense, advanced energy, advanced computing, and cannabis efforts. And this is an effort to retain and grow the state's workforce. $1.7 million was granted to 7 different businesses in the state in December alone, totaling $19 million throughout 2025. One of those 7 companies, and the only one outside of the Albuquerque area, is Nomad LLC in Tatum, which received an award of up to $89,570 for 11 trainees at an average hourly rate of $17.
So we're going to pay for them to get on-the-job training or specialized training with C&M or some other university. So they're upskilling and helping the companies be successful. It is going to help them get trained, and that's something they will be able to take with them forever, right? So it's investing in our people to help them be able to earn a better wage, to create economic security for themselves.
New Mexico Economic Development Cabinet Secretary Rob Black said Nomad is a woman-owned cannabis company with dispensaries in Tatum, Roswell, and Hobbs. And the 2026 New Mexico Birding Big Year birding contest officially took flight on Thursday. The New Mexico Department of Game and Fish challenges all New Mexicans to identify as many bird species as possible in the state between January 1st and December 31st. And the contest is open to birders ages 13 and up. Participants must register via the online form on the Game and Fish website before April 1st to be part of the 2026 New Mexico Big Year. Participants are also required to log their data into an online service, eBird at ebird.org. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
Ladies, is your eyesight causing frustration every morning while applying makeup? Are you holding a cheap, distorted mirror up to the window trying your best to see? At last, there's a better way. At Last Lighted Mirror and Grooming Tool. Men, this is for you too. Sharpen up your mustache, goatee, or beard, because ladies love a well-groomed man. Local inventor Rebecca Long spent 5 years researching and designing the At Last Lighted Mirror and Grooming Tool. It has rechargeable LED lighting, 1, 5, and 10 times magnification mirrors, all in one for home and travel use. It comes with a USB charging cord, travel case, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and 1-year limited warranty. This is a must-see, so drop by 226 West Vega in Hobbs today for a free demonstration. Order online at atlastmakeupmirror.com or call 575-631-3189 today.
Kinetic Fiber Internet wants to know, is slow cable internet leaving you lagging? Well, the next big leap in internet is here, and there, and over that way too. Because Kinetic is bringing ultra-fast 100% fiber with Wi-Fi 7 to everyone. And with the Kinetic Promise, we'll make sure every room and every device is connected and working before we leave. Get with the future. Go with 100% fiber. Switch to the new Kinetic Fiber Max plan and get $200 plus a 3-year price guarantee. Visit GoKinetic.com. Subject to availability and eligibility. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
In the Breakfast Club, being powered by Permian Ford, with the goal of being your #1 Ford dealer in New Mexico and West Texas. Blake's motto is, it's what you learn after you know it all that counts. When it gets to that place, don't expect a status update.
And I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
Be in the Breakfast Club. Call or text now.
It's dry January. This is when millions of Americans abstain from alcohol, and millions more lie about abstaining from alcohol. Tom Brady is dating a social media influencer half his age. Ha! Only half? Scoffed Bill Belichick. Stranger Things had its series finale. What a crazy twist ending. Who could have guessed that the Upside Down was actually America in 2025? And actor Mickey Rourke owes $60,000 in back rent. Ironically, he faces eviction in 9.5 weeks. This is not headline news.
$60,000 in back rent? Wow. By the way, there's a GoFundMe account if you want to give to him. It's already available. So, yeah, get out there and give to him. I'm sure he needed the money. I'm sure he didn't blow all his money. And I do use the word blow his money. All right, 721. I didn't do the thought for the day. Let me get to that. Being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. 40 years in the patch, delivering quality products. They give excellent service. Doesn't matter, boom or bust, they are there for you. Delivering in the patch, diesel, gas, DEF value, interstate batteries, 575-622-4160. Go to the website. It's wakefieldoil.com. Thought for the day this morning in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is it's bizarre that cars come with pre-installed cup holders, but not phone holders. Maybe that's some geek right now is sitting somewhere going, if we just added a phone holder in the car, wouldn't that be awesome?
How about put it away while you drive?
It'd be awesome if they had the phone holder.
I'm messing with VMix. So.
I think the phone holder would be cool. I actually use the cup holder as the phone holder if I don't have a Red Bull and my tumbler. If I have that, then I just put the phone in right there where the speedometer is, where it tells me. So I don't know how fast I'm going. Excuse me, officer, I had no idea how fast I was going.
Yeah.
You think that would work? Probably not. All right, 722. Research shows people who get better at spotting flawed political arguments by reading simple instructions. If you're a person that reads instructions instead of a person that just gets out there and puts together whatever comes, like if it's a table or a bike or whatever, people that read instructions are better at deciphering the political minefield, knowing what's true and what's not true.
They're better at it.
Yeah, they're better at it. And a rival New York jeweler was arrested after violently confronting a Manhattan shop, spark accusations of misleading customers. Talk about some uncut gems. So I don't know if you saw that video. It's all over social media. They went in there and the guy pushes the other guy. It was not pretty. And most of those people that are working, like in the jewelry shops, where are they from? Most of them.
Probably like the Pakistan.
Indian, yeah.
A lot of Israelis. A lot of Israeli diamond brokers. Lots of Israelis. And a good question for this year football playoffs is, who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
I've got to admit, I didn't see it coming. Alabama was burning on Saturday. Alabama is burning. DeBoer could be the next coach out. Now, they'll give him one more year. Maybe one more year. Football, when CBS Tracker dominated the 2025 top 100 rankings with the NFL games accounting for 48 of those slots. So when you look at the top shows on TV, Tracker was up there along with most of the football games. Tracker landed in 19 episodes in the top 100. I tried getting into that. I
have such limited TV watching time anyway. I never watched a single episode.
I mean, that is one of those shows. Isn't that a Sheridan show? I think it is.
Tracker?
I don't think.
Yeah,
so.
I think Tracker is.
I don't know.
Produced?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I don't watch much TV anyway.
Yeah.
So it has to be something I want to watch. And that never piqued my interest.
Yeah, Tracker. Yeah, I don't know if Tracker was a Sheridan. I think for some reason
Nope.
It's not.
No, it's based on the novel The Never Game by Jeffrey Deaver, featuring Dustin. It doesn't say who. No.
I'm
Doesn't
thinking.
say.
I'm thinking that's
Go on
yeah,
IMDb.
it is. Yeah, it is.
IMDb will tell you all the producers.
Tracker is a Sheridan writer, producer, Taylor Sheridan. Yeah.
Okay.
Known for Yellowstone and all that. Tracker is one of his. So the guy just anything he touches turns to gold.
Sure.
I mean, you look at all the TV shows that Landman.
Well, he's
Yellowstone.
kind of got a good deal going with Paramount because that's where they all show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is a couple others that
Mayor of Kingstown?
Yeah, Mayor of Kingstown, which that's done for the season.
All the Yellowstone spinoffs.
Yeah, all
Sylvester Stallone's
Tulsa King.
Tulsa King.
Yeah. I really can't believe some of the stuff that's on Landman is on. Is that on regular network TV?
No.
So it's not regular network.
No, it's streaming.
Plus.
Yeah.
So it's just streaming. Albuquerque teen is the first murder. The kid.
Congratulations.
So 18-year-old accused of committing Albuquerque's first murder, 2026. By the way, it did not take long. Peyton Reagan, they say, is too dangerous and will not be let out of jail. They filed a motion to let him out of jail, but the district court said no. Just hours after the new year, Albuquerque police say a man was shot and killed on Gold Avenue and 8th Street. Police say Reagan was seen running with appeared to be a rifle about 3 a.m. New Year's Day. So they later
didn't even get a whole day in.
Yeah, they later discovered the victim, 25-year-old Alexander Wilson, was shot nearby. Reagan faces charges of murder, tampering with evidence. And if you look at him, he just looks like he's a kid.
Yeah.
He's a kid. Pretty sad. Albuquerque, a lot of woke people living in Albuquerque. Sorry to say. If you're listening to this show, you're not woke. I get it.
Well, unless you're trying to learn something. Like
But
the truth.
Trump derangement syndrome is alive in effect with people taking the streets. Yesterday, Gabe Vasquez said this is an act of war. You know what? I hope that we have an act of war against Gabe Vasquez, the ineffective congressman. Has not passed one bill.
None.
Got it out of committee. Not one. So I'm hoping that we go after Gabe Vasquez
We should.
and take him out. I'm not talking about nobody, please don't take that wrong. Take him out of office.
Right.
Take him out of office, please.
Unelect him.
Unelect him, yes.
Seriously.
Disappear
like,
him.
even his people should be like, okay, you haven't done
people are
anything.
from Mexico.
Well, yeah.
We need to disappear him.
They should tell him in Spanish, you haven't done anything.
His people aren't Americans. Like,
Well, the ones
like
who
he's the
voted
only
for
one in
him.
his family that was like the first one in his family that was actually from America.
Sure.
So we need to tell him when he'll buy.
Yeah.
When he'll buy. All right, 729. Nick Shirley says people are telling him that he is going to be kirked. You know what kirked is? Assassinated. Assassinated. This guy came back because they were trying to hang all kind of things on him, saying, oh, no, it's not true. They weren't answering the door because there were kids in there. They don't answer the door for random people. I don't know if you've seen the video of the guy trying to enroll his kid into the learning programs.
The learning.
Yeah, the learning program, the learning programs. Anyway, that's comical. But Shirley said, let him come after me. He said, I'm 25 years old. I'm a virgin. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't lie. I don't cheat. There's no dirt that they can find on me. I think he kissed a girl once.
Well, they didn't. Charlie Kirk didn't have any dirt either, and that's why they killed him.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Because he was effective.
Yep.
They don't like effective.
Nope.
Effective is not good. We don't like effective. No. We don't care for that at all. Federal workers start the new year by suing the Trump administration over taxpayer-funded sex change. Human Rights Campaign Foundation filed a class action lawsuit Thursday on behalf of federal workers over the government ending insurance coverage for sex change and hormone replacement therapy. So, look, I don't care what you do as long as tax dollars aren't paying for it. I really don't. You want to have a sex change? Knock yourself out. I really don't care if you have a sex change.
No, but it is not a right, and nobody else should have to pay for it.
Yeah, I really don't care. Ninth Circuit Court rules against the ban on open carry firearms in most California counties. So the Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit Court Friday ruled against the California ban against open carry in most counties. San Francisco-based court declared the ban unconstitutional in most counties that have a population exceeding 200,000 people. By the way, that makes up about 95% of all counties in California. So this is a win for the Second Amendment, and it came from a place I would have never thought that it would come from. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals.
Yeah, very liberal.
And Los Angeles County handing out $1.5 million to small businesses that were economically impacted by ICE. So they picked up the baker in your restaurant, not a problem. Los Angeles is going to step in and give you money because you were impacted financially by ICE.
Oh, my God.
So congratulations, Los Angeles. We thought you could not get any stupider, but evidently you have. And Eric Swalwell, the future of California, vowed to target mass ICE agents and strip them of their driver's licenses if he is elected governor of California.
But he will give them to illegal foreigners.
So the leftist California representative Eric Swalwell now vowing to target immigration officials and agents,
U.S. citizens,
if he is elected governor of California. He appeared on MS Now, which is MSNBC. They changed their name. Every other day they're changing MS Now.
MS Leftist.
And you know what? To anybody that has multiple sclerosis, it is a terrible thing. To name anything MS Now, where's the thought behind that?
Well, they're leftists. They don't care.
So he says from day one, he's going on the offense. He's going after ICE agents. He's going to strip them of their driver's licenses.
Legal citizens born in this country, or at least naturalized in this country.
Right.
I'm still thinking of the business owners who are going to get money if they're affected by the people. How many of them are going to hire illegals on purpose, then call ICE and tell them they're here so that way they can get that money? God, California.
May not be a bad business plan.
By the way, I also heard over the weekend that New Mexico, we just gave universal health care.
Daycare.
Daycare. Yeah, daycare. Could that be part of the same fraud that...
Yes. Yes. The Somalis.
Just throwing it out there.
Well, this governor is no stranger to questionable things.
So I think that we locally have enough people who are coming into place in the White House where we have a voice. We can honestly say, listen, you've got to spread the news that New Mexico is very, very, very capable of doing what a lot of these other states have done. If they've not already done it. Please come check. Please.
No. Somebody posted up on some Roswell Freedom site, and they posted up that Bernie Sanders endorsed universal child care for New Mexico. And I'm like, well, Bernie Sanders ought to look at the state as a whole, because we're first in everything we should be. We're last in everything we should be first in.
Right.
You make a mistake thinking that he actually cares.
No. He's just looking at it as a social program and going, great.
Yeah. Great, we're more communist.
These are the same people that endorse people like Maduro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. All right, we're going to get to the tweet, not the tweet of the day, things that happened on this day, taking out trash, and more coming up in just a second. Morning show this morning made brought to you by La Tienda Thriftway. Find them in Carlsbad, home of the taco bar, made from scratch tortillas. Boneless chicken breast, $1.99 a pound. Also get the T-bone steak, $9.99 a pound. Get the pork chops for $1.99 a pound. And get the London broil for $4.99 a pound. Also on sale, cucumbers, 3 for $1. Also get red cherries, $3.99 a pound. And juicy grapefruit, $2.99 for a 3-pound bag. And the deli department start off with wheat bread, $1.48 a loaf. Plus, get Black Forest ham for $4.98 a pound, and roasted chicken breast for $5.98 a pound. And right now, you can always find the coldest beer in town, but right now, get the Coke, Dr. Pepper, and Sprite 20-pack for $12.99. Check them out today. On the way, we'll talk about convicted fraudster. Had already had many other convictions when it came to the fraud. So we'll talk about that. And also we'll talk about Myles Garrett breaks an NFL record. We'll dive into that. 7:37, Monica.
Smokey in Arizona said, did you guys hear that California just approved billions for reparations for black families in California?
I'm wondering how to decide what families get it and what families don't. I mean, did your family actually have to be a slave? Descendant of slave? And I'm not making fun of people. There are people that came to this country way after slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Do you exclude them? There are people that can't even do a tree of family, a family tree.
Right.
Because they don't even know who their dad is. If you don't know who your dad is, and I'm not saying that lightly, Monica's laughing at me. If you don't know who your dad is, how do you complete the family tree?
That is so true. As funny and as
I'm just asking questions.
relevant as it is, it's so true.
How do you go back in history and look at who was actually a descendant of slaves? And I've had this conversation many, many times with black friends, social media, and I asked a question, how has slavery affected you?
Yeah.
What about the Irish slaves?
Well, there was no Irish slaves. I Googled that. I looked it up.
There was.
There were no Irish slaves. They were called indentured servants, different than slavery. But I'm serious.
No, he's being funny.
How do you know if...
For those that couldn't grasp.
How do you know if somebody is a descendant of slaves? And how's it affected their lives today?
I can tell you how you know if someone is a descendant of slaves. Are they a human alive on this planet?
We're all slaves.
Because at some point in time, wherever your ancestors were, that people was a slave to another people.
And by the way, the same people that are all up in arms about we're going to give reparations for slavery do absolutely nothing to condemn or fix human trafficking in this country today. You know, part of the human trafficking, It's somebody coming to this country illegally, finding a job, making a better life for themselves. That's the good side. That's about as good as we get. The other side of that is kids that are taken to this country and are put into sex trafficking and all kind of other stuff. So it works both ways. Just not somebody that came here looking for a better life.
Sure.
Somebody that's a victim of modern day slavery. Yeah.
I agree. Okay. And he went on to say, did you also hear that California and other blue states are doing what they can to get away from the tax cut on overtime and no tax on tips? I sent the video to Blake on TikTok. Blake, do you have anything to add to it?
Nope.
No. Governor Tampon Tim has decided not to run for re-election.
I'm just saying
will focus
that. Yeah,
on his job instead.
Yeah, Walt's abandoning the Minnesota re-election bid.
Skinny Randy said he also made a new show called Marshalls, speaking of Taylor Sheridan. Jeff Rose says bar buoy drink holders are hands-free phone accessories that should be standard on all vehicles, along with anti-left lane drivers' safety device. It slaps you in the face if you stay in the left lane too long. Really? And, it's amazing that President Otto Penn raised the bounty on Maduro to $25 million, but didn't have the balls to do anything when Trump captured him. They had a meltdown. TDS at its best. Trump needs to put that money towards the big, beautiful ballroom. And B from Roswell said, did he just say that his health insurance is $2,800 a month?
$2,800.
That's exactly what this guy said.
Man, if my health insurance is $2,800, I think I would self-insure myself.
I'd never leave my house.
I think I would self-insure myself because, when you look at how much money he's spending on health insurance.
Uh-huh. And Chip said, so did a court date declare that MLG's 7-day wait period on guns goes against the Second Amendment?
Yeah. So they have stopped the 7-day wait period. By the way, that's $33,600 a year for health insurance.
And Drew from Monaghan's sent in a picture. He said, this is so funny to me. This is a sign on the way to one of my well pads. And it says, tight hole, no entry without permission. Slow, men working.
Is that all in one sign?
All in one sign.
Holy crap. Somebody's having a field day, evidently.
And this one, guys, remember when we had investigative reporting in this country? People like Nick Shirley are a rarity anymore. If you get caught exposing the truth, bad things happen to you, and our media is nowhere to be found.
I don't know if I put that. I don't know if I put that up. There was a guy from CBS. Here he is, cut number 15. I'll play that next. So this guy, his name is Tony Doka Lupul, I guess. He works for CBS. He's now an anchor. And I got to admit, I haven't watched CBS, ABC, NBC News in so long. I had to say,
who?
What?
Yeah.
But we were talking about journalists not doing their job last week. Listen to what he had to say.
The point is, on too many stories, the press has missed the story because we've taken into account the perspective of advocates and not the average American. Or we put too much weight in the analysis of academics or elites and not enough on you. And I know this because at certain points, I have been you. I have felt this way too. I felt like what I was seeing and hearing on the news didn't reflect what I was seeing and hearing in my own life, and that the most urgent questions simply weren't being asked.
Yeah. How many times have you watched a news interview and you say, ask the question?
Yep. Yeah.
Ask a follow-up question. Ask a follow-up question. The question is right there. Ask a follow-up question. I have never heard this guy, but the problem is if CBS tells him to do something, he will have two choices. Do it and stay employed, or don't do it and go against the the wishes of CBS and be on the employment line.
Mm-hmm.
That's your choices. That's it.
Well, in so many of those major media outlets, when you get up to the head honcho level, you can play newscast after newscast after newscast that sound like clones.
Well, and you can look at things that are out there, and some news entities decide they're not going to touch on it.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. We have it here in New Mexico all the time.
Trump impeachment. Well, let me not use Trump impeachment.
Mm-hmm.
Let me use 7-day gun. Let me use the 7-day wait period.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You would have thought that story would have been all over. It would have been in every TV broadcast. And it would have been in every radio station broadcast. It would have been in every newspaper.
Not in New Mexico.
No.
Which is where it is.
I got that information off of the Shooting Sports, New Mexico Shooting Sports,
and
Facebook page.
Wow.
Didn't one of the Texas news stations have it?
I think they might have picked that
later.
up, but I'm just like,
But New Mexico didn't, and it's our state.
it is
Actually-
a perfect example of them burying the news. It took them 2 weeks to find it.
Right.
It just posted.
Yep.
Actually, I did see it on. So you know how Roku has your local news? I saw it on that. but I
Maybe
can't
that was on,
remember.
maybe it was on AP.
I
Well,
want to say it was KRQE.
no, that
maybe.
not until recently. It
Yeah.
wasn't within
Yeah, it
for
was-
at least the first week.
I
and a half.
remember it was during the holiday. It was during
Yes.
the New Year's holiday.
Yeah, they dropped
No.
it.
And it was posted, and I went, well, hell, that story's 2 weeks old now.
Mhm.
But there are many of these stories that I will. How many times do you see a story on Fox News or on somewhere you go, we talked about that
Exactly.
already?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a.
Well, and it's a good example how Fox News does the same thing.
Oh, no.
So
they'll-
people that say, "Oh, well, Fox News is okay," you still have to pay
Yeah.
attention to what's
Oh,
going
no,
on.
no doubt. You still have to pay. I can't just go on Fox News and
No.
get prep.
Right.
Because you're not going to get stories like that.
No.
So, all right, looks like the economy is doing better. Betsy McCarthy, I think she was the former Missouri Attorney General. Listen to what she had to say about the economy, and nobody can tell her different on CNN.
On the other hand, Trump and his administration know that when Americans have more money in their pockets and more money in their 401ks, that they're going to be happier about it. And the fact is, I just got a report this week on 401ks that shows during the first 3 quarters of 2025, 401ks, the average 401k increased in value by $23,000. Now think about it. 60% of American workers have a 401k or similar retirement account. During the Biden years, 401ks steadily decreased in value. Suddenly, those people know they're going to have more in their retirement account. Secondly, growth hit a staggering 4.3% in the third quarter of 2025, more than anybody predicted. So this economy is on a roll. It will mean more money in people's pockets, more money in their retirement accounts, and that's going to have an impact on the midterm.
And by the way, everybody on that panel, they couldn't say anything. You know why? Because it's the truth. Your 401k has made huge advances.
Right.
And by the way, you have more money in your pocket that you're actually taking home with the big, beautiful bill. Like it, hate it, have Trump derangement syndrome. I get all that. But the truth of the matter is the American people are going to be better for Donald Trump. Joe Biden decimated our economy. When we have inflation at 9%, decimated the economy. And then you got the Democrats that continuously saying the same thing. But over the weekend, the big shindig going on, Elon Musk was at Mar-a-Lago, and guess who was going to fund the Republicans? Listen to this. Trump walking in, patting Elon on the shoulder. And then they discussed who is going to fund the Republicans. You know who was also there? Saudi Arabian prince sitting at the table with Donald Trump. So big shindig. And then it talks about Elon Musk has agreed to fund the Republicans in the midterms and give them more money in the coffers.
Thank you.
So the president talked about the prince being there and about Elon and the special arrangements. And then the party started. And then you see people. I wish I could play the videos this morning. You could see Stephen Miller. And then watch this, Monica. I'll let you describe it. Kristi Noem dancing. Listen.
Yeah, I saw that.
Kristi Noem doing the ice, ice baby dance. Kind of crazy. And also over the weekend, the communists are coming. The communists are coming.
Happy New Year to all of you. And I can't think of a better way to usher in 2026 than to be amongst family and friends and to inaugurate the man who will bring about a new era of progress, promise, and prosperity for New York City. Zora, and I am so proud of what you have accomplished.
And by the way, Bernie Sanders is the one that swore him in.
Yeah.
Bernie is a Jew carrying the Quran to swear in the Muslim. We are completely, yeah.
Well, they have no principles, right? They're shifting sand of principles, and he votes against his own self-interest.
I was like, dang, that's crazy. That is crazy. All right, 751, convicted fraudster listed as a person to contact in the 47 Minnesota child cares. So the convicted fraudster was allegedly linked to nearly 4 dozen taxpayer-funded child care facilities in Minnesota, a state that is ripped off by Somalis. But this individual is not a Somali. Her name is Amy Brock. Had been convicted before of fraud. Supposedly she is the mastermind and used the Somalis to get it done. Because when you're a minority, you have more oomph. But she's the mastermind behind all this. Do you think the Somalis came up with that idea on their own?
Absolutely not. They were just the
because they
chosen
have
ones.
a big bulbous head doesn't mean that they're brainiacs.
No, they have below average IQ.
What made them choose Minnesota?
They got free stuff.
Yeah, well,
No. But
when they came over, because they came under a guise of fleeing their country.
Right. Okay.
That's where they put them.
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
so the government chose Minnesota for them.
Yeah, they just installed them into the communities.
Okay.
The Minnesota government said, we'll take them because we want the federal money.
But the Somalis are all over the place.
They are.
Yes.
Ohio, Washington State.
But they do that in a lot of different places. Even around here, if you go and look, there was some big uproar about where they were putting these refugees when they were bringing them into the country.
Okay.
Here in our area, we had, and some of our texters can tell us, they know for a fact that there were man camps that they took and they said, okay, this is going to be
this is going to be
for that.
Sure.
Yeah,
those
they're
refugees.
home for a while. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, they closed down the man camps and opened up the compounds. Myles Garrett, congratulations, set a single NFL season sack record. He got his 23rd sack yesterday. Cleveland Brown All-Pro pass rusher Myles Garrett set the NFL record yesterday with 5:09 remaining during the fourth quarter as they were playing the Cincinnati Bengals. Garrett sacked Joe Burrow for a 6-yard loss. Myles Garrett goes down as the NFL leader, setting the record. And so that record, 23 sacks in one season, is a record.
Good for him.
Garrett's teammates celebrated the 23rd sack And Garrett sacked 51 players over his 9-year NFL career. Burrow was the top list. He sacked Joe Burrow 12 times in 10 meetings. It's that Ohio deal.
Right.
It's that Ohio. The NFL did not count sacks as an official official stat until 1982. Mark Gastineau of the New York Jets had 22 in 1984. Strahan surpassed that in the fourth quarter of the Giants' 2001 win. But congratulations going out to Myles Garrett. The winner set the single-season record, 23 sacks in 1 year.
That's awesome.
And President Trump ending the automatic green cards for migrant marrying U.S. citizens. So, yeah, and I don't know. Look, this isn't an automatic. It's somebody that's done this before. It wasn't an automatic thing. You could be turned down even if you married a U.S. citizen.
Mm-hmm.
So immigration lawyers are warning that federal agencies are increasingly skeptical when migrants claim they have a legitimate marriage with Americans involved. So the policy shift comes after President Trump's deputies began cracking down and raising the rates of marriage-related visa fraud by immigrants who pay Americans to temporarily marry them. While the marrying a U.S. citizen has never been a locked-in guarantee for a migrant to get a green card, it has been favored. It has been favored, so the president is putting a hole on all of that. And Avatar tops the number one movie at the box office, taking in $40 million over the weekend. Did you guys see the video of the Notre Dame coach going ballistic and rushing after a official? This is not the Notre Dame way. So, wild scene unfolded. Notre Dame Fighting Irish 72-71 loss. Their coach, Micah Shrewsbury, and sophomore guard Cole Corte appeared to charge an official after the game. And if you go back and watch that video, yeah, they pretty much rushed right after that official.
Wow.
Not good. Sportsmanship. I'm sure that will be condemned by Notre Dame.
I hope.
I would think. All right, 7:57. We're going to get to things that happen on this date in history, taking out trash on the way. Morning show being brought to you by our buddies at Seminole Siding and Construction. Trusted name across southeast New Mexico. Find them online at SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com. Construction and siding services. They do everything from residential services to commercial and industrial big metal buildings. If you're tired of the hail and you're done with it, you're tired of making the claims with the insurance companies, they can erect a big old carport. They can even do patios and that type of stuff. Get in touch with them. They do the big metal buildings also. I'm talking about commercial and industrial metal buildings. But, you know, you were probably thinking at one point, I think I'm going to sell this house and get into another house.
Yeah.
And then you decided, I think it's better that I invest a little money into it and remodel this current house. They can do all of that. Siding, windows, doors, seamless gutters, brand new roof. Whatever you need, they got you covered. 575-391-1430. Go to the website, Seminole Siding and Construction.com. KWMW Maljamura, 105.1 FM. Also in Ruidoso at KWES 93.5 and KDAZ AM 700 FM 96.9 in Albuquerque. We appreciate you listening. Monica and the text.
Mike from Edgewood said, it's not Minnesota. It's now mini Somalia. And hey, 2 oil companies already told me that they're reducing their 2026 budget because of low oil prices. What will Venezuela do to the oil prices? I've not heard anything yet. Have y'all? Roy from Jow says, with reparations in California, Illinois is going to be vacant. The past will be relived and wagons will appear with signs, California or bust again. LOL. And the mother also has a family tree, said this texter. Well, maybe. I feel bad for Joel Burrow. There are over 100 million obese people in the U.S., and the Bengals can't find 5 to block for Joe Burrow. LOL, said Jason. And Artesia fan number 2 sent in something. Let me go click on it. Harvey Martin's unofficial sack record for the Dallas Cowboys is 114 career sacks, with the standout season of 23 sacks in 1977. Leading the league that year in earning
they did not count
of the year
sacks until 1981.
Right, that's what they said.
Yeah.
Though sacks weren't official until 1982, making his 114 unofficial, but absolutely legendary. Well, that's good.
That was the legendary defense in Dallas.
Yeah,
that group of guys. I mean, you can go back. Was that Ed Too Tall Jones, Harvey Martin, Charlie Waters, all those guys.
Mm-hmm. And that's it for.
So I was just looking. Venezuela is not in the top 10 for oil production.
No, I don't think they are.
They're not in the. So oil production about 1 million barrels a day.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that due to sanctions, maybe, but Venezuela is not in the. So U.S., Saudi Arabia, Russia, Canada, China, Iran, Iraq, Brazil. That was in 2024. So
Okay.
I don't know where.
Well, and who knows what numbers that they released anyway.
Right. Yeah, we don't know. But we compete on the world stage. But we are number one. We are the number one producer. And you know what? 20 years ago, we weren't.
Well, and where we are broadcasting out of, we live in the number one oil producing region in the world.
In the world. Yeah, in the world. All right, Zelensky reacting to the arrest in Venezuela, saying the U.S. knows what to do next. He's trying to prod America to go into Russia and take over Russia. I'm saying no, I don't think we do that.
No.
I don't think we do that. Suspect in Albuquerque murder will stay behind bars. We talked about that young man that was associated with the first murder of the year. He will stay behind bars. And a repeat convicted Albuquerque shoplifter arrested again at Target. They know him by name. Hey, Joe, what's going on, Joe? So they arrested him again. How many times has this guy been arrested?
I want to say about 10.
Yeah, multiple, 14 different times at one store, Target, in Albuquerque. 14 different times arrested. He's not good at his job, evidently, if he's getting caught.
No.
14 different times they have arrested him at Target. He's a big Target shopper.
Yeah.
Well, shopper, you use that term loosely.
So Jason Hurd was arrested 14 different times.
And I'm going to say he's probably stolen way more times, but that's how many times they've caught him. And that's why he goes there, because he's probably not gotten caught more times than he has gotten caught.
Maybe.
There's got to be some reason to the.
He just likes Target. He likes the.
He targets
That's
Target.
his target.
Yeah, he's targeting Target. New Mexico comedian who was criminally charged for posting social media videos while wearing a New Mexico State Police uniform is now getting the last laugh. The state is expected to pay him tens of thousands of dollars in a settlement over a free speech lawsuit.
Whoa.
The comedian from Taos, Alden Hamday, posted a handful of parody videos of him in Albuquerque in a New Mexico State Police uniform in 2024. He has since sued the state after they charged him. He did videos like 5 reasons to be a state police officer in Nuevo Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, number 3. So you can sneak in burner phones to your homies at the Metropolitan Detention Center. So that's some of the comedy that this guy did.
Yeah, so funny.
And so looks like he's going to get paid about $90,000 $100,000 because of wrongful arrest and free speech. And if you ask, where did he get the uniform? Well, his buddy worked at the dry cleaner. And that's where he got the uniform. They just borrowed it.
No, they stole it.
They just borrowed it.
They stole it.
And that's why he was charged, but looks like he will get the last laugh in that case.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got to get to taking out trash. We've got to get to things that happened on this date in history. Keep you updated with everything going on this morning. Taking out trash being brought to you by Trash Eaters. Trash-Eaters.com. They have 96-gallon polycart for residential customers, 2- and 4-yard metal dumpsters for commercial customers. And if you're looking for a roll-off container, call Kayleen this morning, 575-408-1719. Trash-Eaters.com. Taking out trash this morning being brought to you by Trash Eaters. Story out of Kentucky this morning. Kentucky man accused of stabbing and killing his mother at a nursing home.
Oh, gosh.
Police in Radcliffe, Kentucky, Police Chief Jeffrey Cross said officers responded to a call Friday afternoon regarding a stabbing at the Signature Healthcare in North Hardin, Kentucky. Joseph Curtis, 33 years old, taken into custody. He allegedly stabbed his mother multiple times while visiting her at the nursing home. Curtis being held at the Harding County Detention Center. He's been charged with murder, domestic violence, and other charges. He's 33 years old. Will make his first court appearance today in Kentucky. And as I looked at him, he was a big old boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was like a 4x4, 4 foot tall, 4 foot wide. But he had something on his forehead that caught my attention.
What?
It was a scar with a cross across his forehead. At first, I thought it was just like a, wrinkle line because I was like, he's probably wrinkling his face a whole bunch.
Yeah.
But no, it was a cross. That was a scar.
What is that indicative of?
I don't know.
That's got to be from someone did that, right? Like
maybe
it's not,
I don't want to speculate. Maybe his mother. Maybe Charles Manson.
Well, I'd like to know if any of our texters know organizations, and I use that term loosely.
What was his
that
name?
do that to folks.
Let me see.
That story was on the Odessa KCPD website. His name is Joseph Curtis, 33, which I'm sure there are many, many people.
Sure, but I mean, but
Yeah.
what, who carves
Yeah.
a cross into
Hardin
someone's
County man.
forehead?
Do you see the cross?
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
He's a 4x4.
I know, but I'm just saying, I mean, is that something like a
yeah,
cartel
he
would
does have
do or something like
Do
that?
you see it?
Yeah, I see the cross.
Yeah. I thought I was the only one that noticed that. When I looked at him, I was like, and that had been there a while,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's deep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, though. That was, if it's a scar from something happened on purpose. That's not just the.
There's only one man that has the cross on his forehead. Charles Manson.
Well, had.
Yeah, he's not with us anymore.
Thank goodness.
Thank God for the little things. All right, we got a lot of things to get to. We'll talk about the red flag law in the next break. Red flag law in New Mexico. Where is that being used? Is it being used up in Albuquerque more so than southeast New Mexico? We'll dive into that coming up in just a bit. All righty, 808. We are on the Breakfast Club. Things that happen on this date in history. Being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms Indoor Firing Range, 236 East Navajo in Hobbs. They have a state-of-the-art, shooting range, plus the Milo FBI training simulator. They're open 7 days a week, and want to teach somebody in your life about gun shooting and the ability to react when bad things happen. You can do that at 2A Tactical. They also have a huge amount of guns. They offer financing. They They have tactical gear and suppressors, and they can take care of anything you're looking for. They've got you covered. Optics, and they do offer one-on-one or group setting training for firearm safety. So if you just bought a gun and have never owned a gun, this would be the opportunity to go check them out. 2atacticalrange.com. You can see them at 236 East Navajo and Hobbs, proud sponsor this morning of things that happen on this date in history.
It was 1781 when Benedict Arnold's British naval force burned Richmond, Virginia. Wasn't enough. We had problems with redcoats. We also had to fight the turncoats, which seems like we're still doing that today. In 1885, Dr. William W. Grant performed what is believed to be the first appendectomy in Davenport, Iowa. And in 1896, German physicist Wilhelm Röntgen first described X-rays.
Oh, that's cool.
The ones between W and Y. 1905, Perrin announced the discovery of Jupiter's seventh satellite. And in 1914, Henry Ford announced a minimum wage of $5 a day for an 8-hour workday.
Wow.
And in 1925, Nellie T. Ross in Wyoming became the first U.S. female governor. She finished out the term of her late husband, who died. Said she's not surprised he never finishes anything. In 1988, radon, the odorless gas, was linked to 13,000 cancer deaths every year.
Wow.
1988 is when I figured that out. And in 2004, Pete Rose admitted he had bet on baseball back when he was the manager of the Cincinnati Reds. He also said he didn't want to be posthumously put into the Hall of Fame since they wouldn't let him in when he was alive.
Right.
They don't do anything Pete likes. Birthdays today. Pat Sajak's little girl and social media star Maggie turns 31 today.
Who?
Maggie Sajak.
I didn't even know you had a daughter.
Oh, yeah. She was on Wheel of Fortune all the time, promoting stuff.
How cool.
Yeah, that was his little way of making her famous. January Jones turns 48, aptly named since she was born in January. We Are Marshall, Mad Men, Last Man on Earth. She was in X-Men First Class.
Gotcha.
The talented Mr. Bradley Cooper turns 51 today. Hangover, American Sniper, Star is Born. But of course, he will be remembered as Rocket Raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy. Clancy Brown is 67. Now, he's had over 350 roles in Hollywood, and that does count all the various SpongeBob things because he is the voice of Mr. Krabs. But he also played in Starship Troopers. He was in Shawshank Redemption. He was the bad guy, the Kurgan, in the first Highlander movie. He was a serial killer on Dexter New Blood and just all kinds of other stuff. Just go look him up. You'll like most of his stuff. Ted Lang. He played Isaac on the original Love Boat. He turned 78. Guess that means he's cruising age, huh? And Robert Duvall turns 95. Dude is a badass. Godfather, Apocalypse Now, MASH, Untouchables, The Natural, Days of Thunder, Gone in 60 Seconds, 6th Day, John Q, Secondhand Lions, Jack Reacher, We Own the Night, Open Range, Gods and Generals. I mean, just everything. Some folks no longer with us today. Superman, George Reeves, left us in 1959. Of course, he was in the 50s TV series. Sun Records founder Sam Phillips left us in 2003. Stephen Cole Clean. Now, you may not know who that is. He left us in 94, but he was a mathematician who's considered the founder of recursion theory. That provided the foundations for theoretical computer science. So without him, you get no computers. And Diane Keaton left us last year in 2025. Of course, known for a lot of things, but she was the second wife of Michael Corleone in the Godfather movies. Had to do 2 different Godfather references today, since that is Kevin's favorite movie of all time.
The Godfather.
And Kevin, I know that you're adjusting stuff over there, but that is what happened on this day in history, and those are the birthdays today.
All right, things that happened on this date in history being brought to you by our buddies at 2A Tactical. Check them out today. I was thinking I had fixed it. I did not. The hum is still there.
It's off of that.
It's a working process. Our number 877-396-W105. We'll come back. We'll keep you updated with everything going on this morning. Still to come, we'll talk about red flag law in New Mexico. And we'll talk about why is insurance so high. Look, I don't believe that I have ever agreed with Elise Stefanik's, but I kind of agree with what she said. We'll get to that. Dealing with healthcare. Why healthcare costs so much.
Okay.
I'll dive into that coming up in just a second. Our national anthem and our pledge this morning being brought to you by our friend Rebecca Long, former insurance agent, home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Get in touch with Rebecca Long, 575-393-2661. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Let her bundle everything together and save you money. That number again, 575-393-2661. Call her today. Proud sponsor this morning of the national anthem and the pledge. It's already 8:15.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave.
817, we're being the Breakfast Club. Lord's Prayer this morning being brought to you by Jude Oil, reminding you God is in complete control.
Today's verse of the day is Romans 12:2. Don't become like the people who belong to this world, but let God completely change the way that you think so that you can live differently. Then you'll understand what God wants you to do. You will know what is good, you'll know what pleases him, and you will know what is completely right.
Hi, my name is Jose Luevno. I work for Judo Oil. Would you please join us in saying the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
18 after 8, we're going to get updated with news. We'll come back. Got a lot of things to talk about this morning, including red flag law. What part of the state do they use the red flag law? We'll talk about that coming up in just a second. 8:19 news this morning being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm. Luke Ragsdale, get in touch with him today, specializing in auto accidents, personal injury, medical malpractice, and, of course, all-fill accidents. If you're been involved in an accident, take the time to call Luke Ragsdale. Look, they understand accidents happen when you least expect them, and sometimes you need help. you need a trusted law firm. Call Luke Ragsdale, 575-208-5300. They offer free consultation, and you never pay until they win your case. Find out more information today at theragsdalelawfirm.com. We're going to keep you updated with everything going on this morning. Keeping you updated with everything going on. It's 8:19.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. By chopper and armored vehicle, a tour of New York as illegitimate Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and wife Celia are delivered for American justice from a Brooklyn lockup to Manhattan federal court.
Maduro captured in that daring raid ordered by President Trump is set to face charges that he ran a multi-billion-dollar drug operation with the cartels and others that flooded our country with hundreds of tons of cocaine over 2 decades.
Fox's Eric Shawn, as War Secretary Pete Hegseth and Secretary of State Marco Rubio briefed senators about the pinpoint U.S. military capture of Maduro, Senator John Fetterman tells Fox.
Positive, and I can't just condemn it just because I happen to be a Democrat.
Amid the Minnesota Somali fraud scandal, Democrat Governor Tim Walz announces he will not run for re-election as governor. America is listening to Fox News.
Michael's Prescription Corner is your one-stop shop for all of your medication needs. Whether you're under the weather or just need your med refills while you're on the road, Oilfield, we're talking to you. The team at Michael's can get you filled and on your way. With 4 locations serving Lee County, it's guaranteed hometown service with a smile you can count on. Michael's Prescription Corner is located in Lovington, Hobbs, Eunice, and now open in Chow. Visit michaelsrxcorner.com for all location information or simply download their app to submit your refills today. Michael's Prescription Corner, proudly serving all of Lee County.
When it comes to protecting your home, sometimes things can come out of left field. That's when it can help to have a game plan. And luckily, Farmers' customizable home insurance packages offer coverage options you can tailor the way you want. Talk with Farmers agent Rebecca Long so you can decide if your coverage is ready for whatever it is that may come your way.
I'm Rebecca Long with Farmers Insurance. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Discover straightforward home coverage options and more by calling Farmers agent Rebecca Long at 575-393-2661. That's Rebecca Long at 575-393-2661.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Kinetic Fiber Internet wants to know, is slow cable internet leaving you lagging? Well, the next big leap in internet is here, and there, and over that way too. Because Kinetic is bringing ultra-fast 100% fiber with Wi-Fi 7 to everyone. And with the Kinetic Promise, we'll make sure every room and every device is connected and working before we leave. Get with the future. Go with 100% fiber. Switch to the new Kinetic Fiber Max plan and get $200 plus a 3-year price guarantee. Visit GoKinetic.com. Subject to availability and eligibility. Terms and conditions apply.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherland's.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
Hey, man, turn that down. Where's my keys?
Hey, what's the rush?
I'm headed to the JC to sign up for some classes.
What's the hurry? We barely graduated.
I heard classes are filling up.
So what, you're gonna be a scientist or something?
Man, I could be a welder, police officer, barber, or maybe even a nurse. They make bank.
Yeah, right.
They even have audio and video classes for you.
Really? Hold up. Let me get my keys and I'll drive.
Just roll on out to New Mexico Junior College and register at nmjc.edu today.
One touch of your fingertip opens the timeline of historic firsts in space history. One tap on the brand new Wall of First Interactive at the New Mexico Museum of Space History with photos, videos, and text that explode to expand your understanding in the universe of knowledge. 2 86-inch screens put you inside the minds and ideas that took mankind from looking up at space to being there. The New Mexico Museum of Space History in Alamogordo, telling the story for nearly half a century.
Imagine a world where teams wore plain, uninspired uniforms. Functional? Sure. Eye-catching? Hardly. But as times evolved, so did the demand for standout styles. Entered the era of awesome graphics. Located at 523 West Sanger in Hobbs, New Mexico, they revolutionized team and work attire. Their secret? High-quality FR uniforms from renowned brands like Ariat, Lapco, Byrne, and Bulwark, paired with cutting-edge technology for vibrant, multicolored logos. Awesome Graphics bridges the gap, offering both sports and industrial uniforms that don't just fit well, they inspire. From Nike office shirts to Adidas and Oakley designs, they ensure every team and staff look as professional as they perform. They're not just about appearances at Awesome Graphics, they're about empowering teams. So if you're in Southeast New Mexico and need uniforms that speak volumes, the choice is clear. Visit myawesomegraphics.com and discover how they can elevate your team's image. Awesome Graphics, where style meets performance.
Mornings can be rough.
I woke up this morning and I just hated everything.
We can help.
I need to turn the radio on.
Mornings never sounded so good.
In the Breakfast Club, being powered by Permian Ford, with the goal of being your #1 Ford dealer in New Mexico and West Texas.
Cover your son and home.
You're listening to one badass morning show.
All right, 825, we are B and the Breakfast Club. I will play Elise Stefanik. Is that her name, Stefanik? Elise?
Yeah.
Did I spell her name wrong? Because I spelled it Slotkin. Maybe this is a different lady, but what she said.
That sounds like a different name.
Yeah, Slotkin. Where the hell did it? But sometimes when I'm typing that stuff and I'm editing the videos, it's on my phone and my fingers don't work like my mind.
Right.
Sometimes my mind doesn't work like my fingers are supposed to work. Vice versa. All over the place.
Fair.
So I'll play that coming up in a second. Looks like sprinkled cupcakes, known as the cupcake ATMs, are closing after about 20 years of serving treats across the country. I would have never known, but supposedly Cheech and Chong did a big skit about the cupcake ATMs, and it took off. I'm wondering why you got to go get a cupcake in the middle of the night.
What a muffin, man.
Yeah.
Brownie.
Looks like South Korea says North Korea fired multiple ballistic missiles towards the sea early Sunday, launching them into the sea off the coast of South Korea. So North Korea firing missiles into the ocean.
Okay.
That's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem with North Korea is they can get the missiles to launch, but they can't get them to land where they're supposed to land.
Thank goodness.
Wow. No, thank God for that. Yeah. It's like seeing a pitcher on the mound, and he's like, 6'5".
Sure.
And you're like, this guy is going to be, and then the ball was all over the place.
It's kind of like Charlie Sheen's character from Major League.
Yeah.
At first.
Balls going everywhere. So, new study shows the average woman will go on a diet about 16 times over the course of her life.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a year.
What?
Here's a plan. And if anybody is starting off the new year, look, I'm with you. I took about a week off. I need to get back to it. The wife is getting back to it.
All those new people.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of new people at the gym. Yes. That's for sure. But don't expect change to come quick.
No.
Because it doesn't come quick. You have to ask yourself, how long did it take to get in this shape?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And divide it by half. Mm-hmm. Divide it by half. So if you're on the 15-year plan...
Well, you can like if you're severely overweight, you can drop weight faster.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, but if you're looking,
it's not overnight.
No, it is not overnight, and it's not going to happen overnight. It's a lot like advertising.
Right.
We have people that have been on this show for years. Mm-hmm. It's a lot like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're not going to get results in one day.
No, consistency.
If you're marketing your business, doesn't matter what form of advertising. It's not going to happen in a day.
And speaking of, we do have a couple of spots open.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor the oil prices and our streaming service and all of that, hit us up. We'd love to hear from you. Just sponsors on the show, we can do that. So if you're listening in Albuquerque or Ruidoso, wherever, we'd love to chat with you. So send me a text right now or send me an email, Kevin@mtdradio.com. Looks like Nielsen ratings show only about 4.5 million people tuned in to watch the president at the Kennedy Center. Look, nobody watches that to begin with. Well, 4.1 million people.
That's 3.1 more than I would have thought.
Look, I support the president. I'm not watching that.
Yeah, me either.
I'm not watching that. And Lane Kiffin, after Ole Miss won, he got paid $500,000, didn't even coach.
Wow.
But he built that team.
Mm-hmm.
So he's getting paid $500,000. If they win the championship, it gets over $1 million.
Wow.
We're in the wrong damn business.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of the money, I wanted to throw this in with the New Year's resolution and stuff. This year is the 20th annual 24 Hours in the Canyon, which is a bicycle race over at Paladero Canyon. And I'm doing it again. I've been doing it since year 5. And if anybody wants to sponsor me, because all that money goes to the Cancer Survivorship Center, just go to my social media pages and the link is there.
So Netflix live stream of the Christmas Day game between Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions drew 27.5 million viewers. That is a record audience for the NFL. For people like me that stopped watching the NFL, for people that said it would never work on Netflix, evidently people are finding the game one way or another.
Right.
27.5 million viewers.
That's incredible.
That's a lot of people watching the game. And Warren Buffett, he's 95 years old, officially retired from the head of Berkshire Hathaway. His last day on the job was last Wednesday. He is officially retired. That doesn't mean he's not going to be messing around
Right.
and investing, but that's his last day on the job.
Fair.
Yeah.
You're 95. I get it.
Go sleep.
You're tired. I get it. All right, we'll talk about the red flag law coming up next. All right, here's the Senator Elise, I want to say it's Stefanik, talking about health care in America, and I think she's partly right when she discusses this. Listen to what she said.
Want to know why all Americans are furious about the price of health care and nothing ever changes? It's because of this very ugly reality. Lobbyists and corporate PACs donate a lot of money, and then members of Congress feel beholden to protect those industries. And that has real life consequences for middle class Americans on health care and on everything else.
Yep.
The middle class doesn't have a lobbyist. They don't have a super PAC.
Yep.
They don't.
I agree with everything that she said. You know, middle America, we don't have all that stuff. We do not have all that stuff. So her name is Slotkin. So I got her name wrong. I was right. The spelling was right. Elise.
Okay.
Elisa Slotkin. Elisa Slotkin. And where the hell is she from? Trying to see which state she is from. Michigan.
Wow.
So, but she's right. You know, everyday Americans, we don't have the lobbyists that they do in Washington, D.C. And those guys are paid a lot of money. So what do you think happened with Tim Walz? Why he's not running for governor again?
I think that maybe he cut a deal and said, if you don't prosecute me, I won't run for reelection.
I think that the people that he's in cahoots with, negative-wise or evil-wise, said, bro.
Well, I also think the people of Minnesota are waking up a little bit. Maybe.
I don't know. I think they're all.
You can hope.
Scared.
I think, you know.
Pooping in their
And when I
pants.
talk about, you know, going back a story and talking about insurance in America, I think it's both sides. Republicans and Democrats are taking money.
Yes.
From these PACs and these lobbyists, and they're beholden to them. What are you going to do? They just gave me $1 million. What am I going to do? I'm going to vote for whatever they want.
Well, but it shouldn't be that way. Whatever PACs give you money, you should still vote in because you're a elected representative of the people of your district.
Well,
and you're supposed to be their voice. That's what it's supposed to be.
Two things need to happen. Term limits. Term limits, number one.
Yep.
And number two, outlaw lobbyists.
Yep.
It is a legal way of
bribes.
Bribing you. is all it is.
Yep.
It's a legal way of bribing you. And I got a good friend of mine from Louisiana, was a congressman for a long time, and became a lobbyist. Because you know what pays better?
Lobbyists.
The lobbyist. So he was the lobbyist for the pharmaceutical industry. He was the lead lobbyist. Billy, I'm talking about you. So he said everybody takes money and trips. He said, do you know how many vacations the average congressman with their family goes on?
Oh, gosh.
Paid for by lobbyists?
6 or 8.
6 to 8.
Wow.
6 to 8. Paid for by lobbyists. So they're sending you to the best of the best resorts, and you don't pay for anything.
Wow.
You don't pay for anything.
Wow.
So when that vote comes up, do you think you're beholden to the people or beholden to lobbyists?
You should be to the people.
But time after time, that's not the way it works.
Yeah.
And if you're for sale, why are you an elected official?
Well, because I'm there to make as much money as I can for as long as I can.
Well, that's exactly what's wrong with it, though.
Well, no, I'm not. Look, it's bribery.
Yes.
You are in. So the people making the laws are the same people that are saying it's not bribery.
Well, and a lot of times those lobbyists, they already have the whole thing drawn up and written, and they just hand it to them and say, here you go.
So I saw this yesterday. I have not found any proof that supposedly there is a list of congressional legislators that got paid off by Venezuela, and they list the people. I'm just kind of, when I see stuff like that, I want proof.
Right.
There is no story that is linked to this, that these individuals got paid off. And it has people's names, like very few Republicans, but a couple on there is John Cornyn, who's seeking re-election.
That doesn't surprise me.
But I haven't seen anything on any, and I'm not talking about Fox News, because they'll be last to that game.
Right.
But I haven't seen it on any of the other websites. So I'm thinking it's fake. And I've seen it on Facebook, but I'm just... Until there's something that is actually legitimate,
right?
I'm not going to give the names out.
Sure.
Not going to happen. All right, red flag roundup. Albuquerque area leads the way with the petitions to remove guns, the red flag law. Number of petitions filed under the 2020 law allows New Mexican courts to take people's guns who present a risk to themselves or to others. How many red flags petitions have been filed in 2025?
Probably 1 or 2 would be
100.
Really?
100. So
Las Vegas, New Mexico, Albuquerque.
Just for that same, just red flag, meaning the removal of guns.
Right. Well, if somebody say an ex has threatened you, you can go file a red flag petition to have their guns removed from the house.
So 100 of them have been filed.
100 of them have been filed. That's a 32% increase from 2024.
I bet it's only counties with Democrat sheriffs.
And so that is a sharp increase, though, from 2023, because there was only 47 in 2023. And the jump in 2025 is big part due to a tweak in the language when it came to the Extreme Risk Firearm Protection Act that took place in June of this past year. That's why the numbers have actually gone up. But if you look at counties, Bernalillo County is the number one county.
Wow.
So Bernalillo County, 57 out of 125.
Democrat.
Yeah.
And Valencia County, 12.
Democrat.
8 petitions filed in Santa Fe, and cities in the southern end. We just don't have. Look, if somebody is schizophrenic and owns guns, yeah, we should take the guns out of their hands.
Sure. But just because you have an ex that doesn't like you,
but
doesn't mean.
And we had a law in the books that will allow us to take those guns out of somebody that's depressed or multiple personalities, or we already had something on the books that would do that. So if somebody is schizophrenic and thinking about harming others or harming themselves, Should we remove guns from them? Yes.
Yes.
If you have an ex that hasn't paid his child support and you want to get back at him, that's not an answer. And the original rule was that you wouldn't go to a judge. It would be somebody, a police officer could determine that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so say the girl is now dating a cop.
We'll take his guns.
Yeah.
He can't hunt anymore. Whatever. All right, Paula dies along with 3 nieces in a wedding day tragedy, Arizona helicopter crash that happened over the weekend. Arizona Canyon killed a local man and his 3 nieces that apparently it struck a slack line and brought it down. So Phoenix, Fox 10 reporting the victim's crash that happened Friday. And they have been identified by family members. And all the nieces were in their early 20s. Full of life. Taken away from them. San Juan County mobile home park residents are suing the owners. So they claim that their park owner tried to push them out. The future is uncertain for 6 longtime residents at a mobile home park. One resident said they can't afford to live there and can't afford to move. So if you bought a property and somebody is paying, below the going rate, should you have the right to increase their rate so that you can be profitable?
Yeah, if you're the property owner.
I would think that you have the right to do so.
It's your property.
So San Juan Mobile Home Park resident says she's been there 16 years and can't afford the new rate and can't afford to move. Picking up a mobile home and moving, you're talking about upwards, $3,000?
Mm-hmm.
Just depending how far it's going. But, yeah, they imposed a 73% increase from $260 to $440.
Wow.
By the way,
that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The lawyer for the group that they don't want to pay says they can't afford. But look, $240 for even a mobile home rental. Even a RV rental was not a whole bunch of money.
A month? No. Most of them are more than that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't care where you go. If you go to an RV park and you want to stay for a month, it's going to be more than $400.
Right.
Really? I've never.
It's almost, I bet you most places are $50, $60 a day.
But that includes water, utility, garbage, all that, right?
Some places
usually doesn't include electricity. Usually,
yeah. So most of the
short
places,
term, yes. Long term, no.
Yeah, most of the places around here it does include, and even say in Lubbock, because there's a mobile home park right across the street from Costco. It's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
My son said $700 a month.
Okay, those of you who are listening who live in an RV park,
or
what do you
mobile
pay?
home park.
It's anywhere from $450 to $600.
Hey, call Tom up. What did you used to pay?
It was $450.
Yeah, Tom was paying $450, $500.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that was all
And that was
utilities.
cheap.
Yeah,
And that
that's
was
very cheap.
So look, if you bought the business, you have every right to raise rates.
To charge what you want.
You have every right. It's your business.
Yeah.
In a state like New Mexico, where they're rent control, they're talking about, what next? They're going to build more tiny homes.
Yeah.
Look, and I get it. People are struggling, especially people that are on, fixed income.
Mm-hmm.
So older people that are on fixed income. I get it.
I do get it.
But I also get that a business owner that invests in that land, insurance has gone up, all that stuff is going up. I get it. I get both sides of it.
Yeah.
But you're living there. You don't have the right to dictate how much you pay.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like going to a hotel and their rate is $100 and you go, I'll give you $50. Can you sue them because they didn't accept a $50?
You can sue them, but that's not a winnable lawsuit.
Sure.
Yeah. Did you guys see Scott Van Pelt reaction on the kiss cam showing
Yes.
the two dudes kissing.
Yes, let's talk about it.
Yeah, so
No, I didn't.
now ESPN is owned by Disney, which is, let's just face it, Disney is woke.
Yes.
ESPN is woke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they push that agenda.
Oh, yeah.
So Scott Van Pelt is doing the broadcast, and the camera shots show two grown men kissing. And he says, "Oh, what are we? Whoa, what do we got?" Quickly gasping and said, "We got love on the air."
Yeah, because they showed they showed a couple, guy and a girl kissing, and then they were showing different couples kissing, and then it goes to a guy and a girl, and he's like, oh, like he was gonna say something,
and then
that
thought
could've
better
gotten
of
him
it
fired.
because he works for Disney
Yes.
and ESPN.
And he said, oh,
See, I
what have
think
we got? Love is in the air.
This is a great case for getting rid of the kiss cam.
Yeah.
I've always not been in favor of that anyway, because a bunch of things. But here's another example.
Monica asked me what did you do for New Year's?
So I went to our church service, watched fireworks, came home, had a pizza, smooched my man,
We did nothing.
went to bed.
So starting, what day was that? Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Thursday was New Year's Day.
The wife was already Philippines, New Year's in the Philippines. So the wife was in a mood.
Because she wasn't home.
Yeah, because she saw everybody having a good time. So I said, let's go somewhere. I'll take you to Fredericksburg.
Okay.
No. I told her, I'll take you to Port Aransas, to the beach. No. I'll take you back to San Antonio, to the Riverwalk. No. Well, after I'm trying to make things better, after a while, I just give up. Because you're in a bad mood.
And then she got more pissed because you gave up, huh?
No. We didn't talk for like 2 days.
Oh, Lord. I can't.
Should have taken her to the beach
I
anyway.
can't with you. I can't.
The only thing that she would talk about, you hungry? What do you want to eat? That's it.
See, I can't. That's when I lose it. Whenever the no
When
talking
somebody
comes
doesn't talk to you?
Oh, gosh, I lose it.
Well, Filipinos do this
I'll run
thing
away.
called,
You don't want to talk?
They-
Bye.
they call it tampo. And that's what it is, the silent treatment.
Oh, no.
So I get to the point where I told her, I just said, what have I done? What have I done? Absolutely nothing. And you're taking it out on me. And I've encouraged you to go have some fun.
But people do that all the time. They take things out on people that didn't cause the issue.
Oh, absolutely.
So-
And so, but because you're the fixer, what she truly, truly wanted was,
I
it
was
was
trying to fix it.
unreasonable. Right. It was unreasonable. She probably, in her heart, wanted to be home so bad at that moment. Wanted
Well,
to be
she
with
just
her
missed
family.
her kids and all
Yes,
that.
yes. And you couldn't fix that part of it.
But you know what? I'm happy no matter where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know where?
Yeah.
I'm just,
that's biblical.
I'm a happy person.
Amen.
It doesn't matter if I'm in the middle of the desert or up on a mountaintop. I'm happy. If I'm at the beach, I'm happy.
Happy.
I'm just
Oh.
like,
beach.
but I broke the ice Saturday morning or Friday morning. I don't remember what day it was.
Saturday. If y'all were mad for 2 days, so y'all didn't talk Thursday or Friday, so it was Saturday.
I
So
broke
the
the
first
ice.
2 days of the new year, y'all didn't even talk?
No.
Bye, come here. See,
So,
I would.
I broke the ice.
What'd you do? What'd y'all say?
I don't even want to talk about it, man.
Y'all broke the ice,
Well,
broke the
obviously you
bed,
do.
broke the windows, broke a sweat. What else?
I mean, but I'm like, damn. There's one thing, I'm a talking person. I'm a communicator. If
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a problem, talk to me.
Yes, come on.
I'm gonna
let's
fix it.
talk it out.
I'll do my best to fix it. So, but I did save a lot of money over the weekend because we didn't go anywhere. I was good. Disney hits with a $10 million fine for exploitation of kids' data. So Disney is now facing a $10 million penalty after the federal authorities confirmed the company violated the children's privacy laws. Once widely celebrated as a gold standard for family entertainment, Disney has taken that to a completely opposite direction.
Since when were they the gold standard in the way they treat people?
50 years ago.
No. Look at all those Mouseketeers and the suits they've had and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Since Walt left, they've never treated anyone well.
So Disney agreed to a $10 million settlement on Tuesday. The Department of Justice announced that the federal court officially resolved the case between Disney Entertainment, and the Federal Trade Commission. And the court issued a stipulation ordering addressing the collection of personal information for kids under the age of 13. That's what this all stems from. You cannot collect information of kids under the age of 13. They're still kids.
Oh, but Disney exploits children.
Well,
so what would they care?
It's a different day and age for Disney. That's for sure. All right, we're going to get to Boob of the Day coming up in just a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by WWRV ×3.com 988-0392. Working around Carlsbad. Look, they have 3 RV parks in Carlsbad. All utilities included for one low price. One low price, they got you covered. And by the way, high-speed internet included in that low price. They're pet-friendly, very well lit up. Go check them out online at WWRV ×3.com, 988-0392. Monica in the text. We'll get to the boob of the day up next.
Jody Jackson said, you can never make a woman happy. I take that. Maybe you.
She's over it now.
Maybe it's just you. You ask, what's wrong? And she says nothing. That means she's lying. 90% of the time.
That's what they call tempo. Nothing.
Digger Bill says, in Tucson, my ex was paying around $900 a month at a mobile home park that varied on electric use. And did you know that a guy won $300,000 in a bet on Kashi for that kiss? LOL. What? Do tell. Surveyor in the patch said my average cost is between $450 to $800 depending on amenities. Most or all bills paid. Mine is $500 a month. It includes covered canopy, electric, water, and sewer. That's Drew from Monahan's. Nice. I'm in a covered one in Carlsbad, and I pay $950 a month. Chuck from Hub said Obama's Attorney General Eric Holder is pretty much used all the money set aside for Congress when they're charged on sexual assaults. His was underage charges. Before we can have term limits, we have to fix their retirement plan. Bean Sandwich said, crooked politicians are the reason we call them poverty pimps in the hood. Never heard of that one. Lovington Patrick said, good morning, B, Blake, and Monica. Happy New Year. I hope you all have a blessed New Year. You too, Lovington Patrick. Jeff Rose said Manson had a swastika on his forehead.
That's true. It was not a cross. I'm wrong. Thank you, Jeff Rose.
Yeah, but my point was that somebody did that to him.
Yeah.
Monty said Target needs to hire that guy that keeps stealing from them. He's probably more consistent than their other employees.
He keeps wearing the damn red shirt. He's ready for the job.
This texter said Charlie Waters was one sexy man.
Charlie Waters.
Real cowboy.
Yeah.
And a cowboy.
You guys are throwing out all these stats, but I bet you guys didn't know that Emmitt Smith is the leading NFL rusher.
Yes.
Crude oil is at $57.94 at 8:01. And the news this morning said that 20 years ago, or whenever they ran out the oil company out of Venezuela, they were pumping 1 million gallons a day. Now it's only 900,000. Chevron and ConocoPhillips lost so much billions when they ran out of the country. So everybody is hectic or hesitant to go back without knowing for sure what's going to happen on that end. Dexter's Lab texter sent in something. I'll click on that in just a bit. And last one, I think everyone chooses what will make them happy or mad. It's not up to their mate, said Steeler64. There is some validity to everything that you guys are saying. Absolutely, I think. But I totally understand Wee's point, and I get Kevin's point. I get it.
Do you understand her being mad at him for something he didn't do?
You want her being mad at me.
No, I understand how she feels on the inside. Like she longs for something that he can't give her. And he's trying his best to make her happy with what he can give her.
So I gave her something else instead.
But it's still not good enough. And when undealt with, it turns into anger and frustration.
Monica just said what you gave her wasn't good enough.
No, at the only person that's closest to her. So that's why it comes out like that. Now, whether you that's
She
not
just
me.
said you weren't good enough.
When
Kevin.
I get upset, like I only stay upset for about an hour. I'm good after 2. That's it. Let's talk it out. Let's get back to normal life. I can't sit here and do the silent treatment. I'll go crazy. I'll start talking to walls. I'll run away.
I'll go eat some damn chalk.
Hell yeah. About 4 pieces.
She can't go 5 minutes without saying something.
I really honestly can't. Like, I'll turn on the music, make matters worse. Like, I'll call friends and make me laugh. I need something. Do you know what I mean? I can't do
Go
the
somewhere
silent
else.
treatment. I cannot do silent treatment.
I'll
I would have gone
start chatting
crazy.
with somebody else. Oh, that'll make matters worse.
Ooh, you would do that?
No, that'd make matters worse.
That would make matters way worse.
Did you guys see the sushi chain owner pays $3.2 million for a massive bluefin tuna? This guy, it's not his first time paying over millions.
That's not a surprise.
Millions and millions. Look.
Those fish get a lot of money.
Yeah.
People always think tuna's cheap, and it's not.
So Japanese
Real
sushi
fresh
chain.
tuna?
Yeah.
Well, and they're huge. I mean, it's not like, you know.
Tuna in
So
the
I was
cans.
looking. 536 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, the previous record he paid $2.1 million back in 2019. So now setting the record.
Does it have it broken down by pound?
Yeah, no, it does not. And if you're checking on your 401k this morning, we hit a record 49,032. This morning, the stock market, Dow Jones average,
Still over 49.
over 49,000.
Hope you're paying attention to metals.
Do I have to tell you this is a all-time high in America? 49,000, the first time we've ever gone over 49,000 in America. Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? All right, we're going to talk about the samurai sword-wielding man removes squatters from San Francisco home. We'll dive into that. They couldn't get rid of him. The guy with the samurai sword, they said he's crazy enough to do it. They left. Can you imagine buying a house and then discovered that squatters are living inside the house and you can't do anything about it?
Well, that's because it's California.
You go to the police and they say, well, there's not a whole bunch we can do about it. Yep. That's where the sound of a shotgun racking, goes into effect. All right, let's get to the boob of the day. Boob of the day this morning being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff. They offer functional medicine such as natural supplements, stem cell therapy, ozone therapy for pain, hormone replacement therapy. So if you're going through some hormonal issues, go talk to them. Testosterone. Look, I discovered that my good thyroid numbers are bad and that I have to increase my thyroid because when you have thyroid issues, it can cause you such things as weight gain, loss of hair.
Well, maybe.
All kind of stuff. And so get in touch with Desert Functional. They don't look at just, you go in there and tell them something, they go, well, we'll find you medication for that. They're looking for natural remedies to help you. That's the best way to go. 575-964-8025. Call them today. Proud sponsor of the boob of the day.
So, we've talked about it. Did you do anything fun or unique on New Year's Eve? Woman in Illinois is facing charges after she rang in the new year by setting a Walmart on fire.
Oh, no.
Hell yeah.
21-year-old, her name is Adeline Monte, walked into a Walmart in Woodstock, Illinois around 7:20 p.m. New Year's Eve. She went to the aisle with all the camping stuff. Now, if you're wondering where that is, it's about an hour northwest of Chicago, Kevin. She took 2 cans of camping fuel to the store's baby section. She dumped it on multiple cribs, used matches to light the fire, then walked away.
Wow.
Like, whoosh. Store was full of people, as you can imagine, New Year's Eve. But thankfully, everyone made it outside, and the store sprinkler kicked on and got everything wet. Cops tracked her down and arrested her for aggravated arson. Turned out she also had a pending arson charge in Colorado, where she came from. And she was out on supervised release. This time, they say she's going to stay locked up. She's doing court on Wednesday, and the store says she caused at least $5 million in damage. Not just from the fire and the smoke, but the resulting sprinkler system getting everything wet. Of course, you can imagine it ruined all the electronics.
Wow.
Then other things that can't get wet. But anyway, $5 million trying to burn down a Walmart New Year's Eve. Yeah, she is definitely the boob of the day.
Yep.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Check them out today. On the way, when should you treat cancer? Is it right away or is it a wait and see? New information coming out about how they'll treat cancer in 2025. We'll discuss that coming up in just a second. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry. Dry cleaning, pressing, starching. They can also wash, dry, and fold all your clothes. If you're just tired of washing, maybe your goal is no more washing, drying, and folding clothes. That's my goal. That is my New Year's resolution. Well, you know we can fix that for you. North Star Laundry, all 3 of their locations, 609 West Lee, Carlsbad, 604 West Church in Carlsbad, and 406 West Cedar in Loving. Now, they do have coin-operated machines, so if you did not make the New Year's resolution to give up all laundry, not a problem. You can go wash, dry, and fold your own clothes. But if you did the New Year's resolution, I am not folding another pair of underwear. Not a problem. They can take care of it for you. Check them out at all of their locations, North Star Laundry. Weather for the day, sunny today, up to 74, looking good for southeast New Mexico. 56 and sunny today in Ruidoso and Lincoln County. Some snow in the forecast Wednesday night into Thursday for Lincoln County. And for Albuquerque, sunny today and 58. And you have snow Thursday night in the forecast. Maybe some of that increasing for Friday morning, but warming up and sunny skies in the forecast for Friday morning. 5-day forecast, go to W105radio.com. Taking a break. We'll get you updated with the text line coming up next. Keep you updated. We'll talk about the Samurai Sword. We'll dive into that coming up in a second. News this morning being brought to you by Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're driving on 128 this morning and you need fuel, exit on Buck Jackson Road. Go down less than 3 miles. Fill her up today. They're open to the public, and they're open 24/7. Don't sweat it. Next time you need fuel and you're on 128, exit on Buck Jackson Road. They accept fleet cards, debit cards, and credit cards. And, of course, sell unleaded green diesel and red diesel and DEF. Check them out today. Twin Wells Fuel Station right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. We're coming right back. We're B and the Breakfast Club.
MTD Radio News this hour being brought to you by Estacado Federal Credit Union with branches in Hobbs, Lovington, Eunice, and Denver City, Texas. For more information, find them at estacadofcu.com.
Make the strong move to CDs, a guaranteed rate of return on an insured investment. With us, your total share deposits are now insured by NCUA for $250,000. When you invest with us, we reinvest locally. Substantial penalty for early withdrawal. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. The Rio Felix Bridge south of Roswell on 285, about a mile from Hagerman, has been closed for more than a year due to flooding damage. It is finally seeing work to reopen it. Starting on Monday, New Mexico Department of Transportation is starting a bridge improvement project, aiming to add structural support, replace railings, and rebuild the southbound bridge to improve long-term safety. The $2.35 million project is expected to be completed by late April, weather permitting. And a state-run program called the Job Training Initiative Program helps train and upskill employees in a variety of economically based job fields, such as space, defense, advanced energy, advanced computing, and cannabis efforts. And this is an effort to retain and grow the state's workforce. $1.7 million was granted to 7 different businesses in the state in December alone, totaling $19 million throughout 2025. One of those 7 companies, and the only one outside of the Albuquerque area, is Nomad LLC in Tatum, which received an award of up to $89,570 for 11 trainees at an average hourly rate of $17.
So we're going to pay for them to get on-the-job training or specialized training with C&M or some other university. So they're upskilling and helping the companies be successful. It is going to help them get trained, and that's something they will be able to take with them forever, right? So it's investing in our people to help them be able to earn a better wage, to create economic security for themselves.
New Mexico Economic Development Cabinet Secretary Rob Black said, Nomad is a woman-owned cannabis company with dispensaries in Tatum, Roswell, and Hobbs. And the 2026 New Mexico Birding Big Year birding contest officially took flight on Thursday. The New Mexico Department of Game and Fish challenges all New Mexicans to identify as many bird species as possible in the state between January 1st and December 31st. And the contest is open to birders ages 13 and up. Participants must register via the online form on the Game and Fish website before April 1st to be part of the 2026 New Mexico Big Year. Participants are also required to log their data into an online service, eBird at ebird.org. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
Knowledge, integrity, and trustworthiness are just part of what makes Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating the choice for your next HVAC job. With 15 plus years in business, Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating trains its techs with the requirements and standards of all the major ductless companies. Servicing residential and commercial, as well as industrial units for the patch, Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating is fully licensed, bonded, and insured in the state of New Mexico. They can even offer new technology like inverter-driven heat pump systems to upgrade old systems, and financing is available. Call 575-631-1999 to schedule your appointment today. That's 631-1999 for Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating.
Wanting an affordable, quiet place to park your RV while you're working in or around Carlsbad? WWRV is 3 RV parks with one goal: to be a quiet place for their working tenants. 162 RV sites with 30 and 50 amp available. All utilities are included in the price, including premier wired internet at each site for your gaming and movie streaming. WWRV is pet friendly and well lit with plenty of street lights. Get pricing and contact info by visiting their website at wwrvx3.com or call 575-988-0392 for WWRV.
What's really going on? Daniel Vellis here, Permian Ford Lincoln, and it's a first come, first served basis, guys. We have a big announcement on 2025 model year end clearance. It's called the year-end savings event, and it gives you 0% for 60 months and 90 days of deferred payment on all 2025 models left in stock. Come check us out. It's a first come, first served basis. You want to make sure that you get the ones that you like, and yes, it does include America's best-selling truck F-150. It does include our Ford Super Duties, guys. Come and check us out. We're going to be excited to help you guys out. 1000 North Del Paso Street here in Hobbs, America.
Not all models and trim levels qualify. See dealer for details.
Let's rock and roll then.
This show is powered by Permian Ford. Stop by and see Daniel Vellis today.
About time. It is about time.
Yeah.
Be in the Breakfast Club, being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com.
Think you'll come again.
All right, 9:07. Good news on the way. We'll keep you updated with everything going on. Samurai Sword Wielding CEO James Jacobs offering his armed services to remove squatters for tenants dealing with occupation. People refusing to leave Northern California area. Squatters, again, are an ongoing issue for California lawmakers, such as the Republican State Assemblyman Cole Medrano, attempting to introduce legislation that would allow property owners to remove the squatters immediately. Of course, the liberals are like, we can't remove them and unhouse them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not their damn house.
Right.
So Jacobs is the CEO of ASAP Squatter Removal. It is a service that he has been providing for years. The website claims there are 95% success rate. ASAP Squatter Removal said they remove unwanted occupants quickly and legally while ensuring that you are never liable for their actions. So this guy goes in there with a samurai sword. In addition to his sword, he has ballistic gear on and armor and tactical gear, smoke grenades, tear gas, gas mask, tactical equipment. He goes in there prepared and gets them out. Well, I mean, did you see the case where these people bought a home? They bought a home sight unseen. So the real estate agent didn't take them to the house. It was such a good deal, they bought it.
Oh, gosh.
They
no.
go to the house. They can't get these people to leave the house. These people have taken over the house.
That's awful.
Well, you remember last year, the Venezuelan TikToker that he was telling people how to go squat in homes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Will Smith in trouble again. Violinist accusing Will Smith of grooming and priming him for sexual exploitation. He says he was wrongfully terminated by Will Smith. Nearly 4 years since the slap around the world. Remember the slap?
Has it been that long ago?
Yeah, 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. Yeah. But this young man saying that Will Smith encouraged sexual acts. They filed a case in the Los Angeles County Superior Court on Tuesday. The lawsuit brought by the violinist, his name is Brian King Joseph, claiming that he was wrongfully terminated because he would not
perform.
Yeah, perform. Yeah, perform. Yes, perform with Will Smith.
Wow.
Will Smith grooming.
Is this the first time that Will Smith has been accused?
No.
He's been
See, what
accused
happens
before?
is you pay people off and they go away.
Sure.
Which is not doing anybody, it's doing everybody a disservice because it doesn't get that person taken care of to where they're not going to do it to somebody else. Wow. MTV Music Channel comes to an end. The same song that launched the broadcast.
Video killed the radio star.
Wow.
Yep. So they signed off with the same song.
So MTV is no longer a channel.
Well, the music,
They haven't had music in a long time.
yeah,
Right.
but they're MTV's television channel that I don't know if it's maybe it's MTV that's completely going away.
I mean, because they have a couple of different reality channels.
Yeah,
right,
I mean,
about
Teen
being-
Mob was on there, Catfish, Jersey Shore. So, yeah, they're going away completely.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Do you know that over the weekend, Being the Breakfast Club celebrated 18 years in New Mexico? 18 years. And you know the way I celebrate 18 years being in New Mexico? I posted up a post about it, and nobody caught the bee. I'm going to give Monica the chance to look at the bee, and you tell me if you get it, Monica. I'm looking for the damn post.
What did you post it on?
I posted.
Yeah, you were mooning. I think I liked that one.
It's a bee.
Be in the breakfast club.
18 years. 18 years. Long
You're an
time.
adult. You're an official
Yeah.
adult.
Well, yeah.
What?
Some days.
Happy birthday.
Some days.
Not in the thought process.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some days.
That's right.
All right. 3 key Supreme Court cases, and they didn't even say birthright citizenship in there. I would think that would be one of the top ones.
Right.
But that you're going to watch out for early in 2026. Girls' sports, keeping men out of girls' sports. That's number one.
Okay.
Hawaii gun laws. So
Okay.
can you keep people in Hawaii from having concealed carry permits.
They are a state in the United States.
Yeah.
They get protected by the same Constitution.
And so coming up on January 21st, Supreme Court will examine the president's authority to remove members of the Federal Reserve. The case, does the president have the right to fire federal employees?
Mm-hmm.
Employees, yes, but technically the Federal Reserve, the way they set that up, I'm not sure they're considered to be federal employees. I mean, it's a bad system all the way around.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they didn't protect themselves when they set it up.
Yeah, and being accountant and lawyers, they probably did. They probably did, is what I'm thinking. And did you guys see the U.S. Postal Service employee in Florida that was arrested, allegedly tried to run over a 10-year-old?
No.
I saw the story. I didn't read it.
Yeah, with his vehicle.
With the Postal Service vehicle? Wow. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, the child was struck by a vehicle in Kingfisher, and investigation learned that William White, the United States Postal Service driver, had dropped the package off at the wrong home. The child, whose family owns the resident, realized it was the wrong address and recovered the package and placed it on his scooter and was taking it to the correct address. So the kid looked at the address, said, "This is the wrong address. This is not ours. I'll just take it up the road to the proper address." Officials said White thought the kid was stealing the package, drove his vehicle towards the child, running over the scooter. The child was able to get out of the way and dive into a nearby yard as the scooter was struck. White then grabbed the scooter, placed it on his vehicle before tossing it into a nearby yard after the family members of the child went to confront him, according to the police in Escambia County. Officials said White was interviewed and arrested on December 31st. Happy New Year. After he returned to work. Jail records show White was charged with aggravated assault, criminal mischief, and petty theft. The kid was just trying to go put it at the right house.
He was trying to do the right thing.
And
plus, he was 10.
Yeah.
He's 10 years old. File a complaint, report it to somebody.
Yeah.
You don't run over somebody.
You can't run over people. You cannot run over people. All right, we got a couple more stories, then we'll take a break, come back with the good news of the day. Did you guys see what?
It's hot.
Yeah, it is hot in here. Did you guys see the audio recording that talks about James Florico? James Florico is running for the Congress, running for it. He's a state representative now, but running against Jasmine Crockett. So Jasmine Crockett is running against him for that congressional seat, Senate seat, that is John Cornyn's seat. How much money has he raised? He raised $7 million for his U.S. Senate run during the latest quarter. He's got $13 million in the bank. I have no idea how much Jasmine Crockett has raised.
Well, she got a lot of Soros backing.
But this guy, $13 million to run against Greg Abbott's Attorney General, Ken Paxton, and run against
I hope it's Wesley
Hunt. And, of course, the guy.
Texans, you need to vote for Wesley Hunt.
Yeah, Wesley Hunt will be the guy. All right, Monica, it's 9:18.
So we have one texter. Oh, goodness.
Who
it's
is
loading.
It? Who is it?
I was going to read what they wrote. They said that MTV killed off just their music streaming channels, which I didn't know that they still had them, but they left their regular programming, like what B said. That's why it's confusing because
the brain rot program.
Yes. And text request isn't loading on this laptop. I do.
It's been a hell of a day.
Let me try to grab it on my phone.
With all our stuff not working this morning. It's like it's a new damn year or something.
When did MTV actually stopped doing music videos. This is a long time
Yeah,
ago.
it's been 20 years.
That's why whenever you read that, I was like, they stopped playing music a long time ago.
But they had their sub channels that they did do.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think text request is timed out because it's doing the same thing on my laptop and my phone.
All right. So it's one of those dang days.
Reload.
All right. Joe Rogan talked about drug overdose deaths in the United States. Have they improved? The numbers, have they improved? Less drug overdoses?
Since when?
Since Trump took office and started to come down on drug boats.
Do they have those numbers?
They have the numbers. I'll talk about that coming up in just a second. 9:19. Taking a break. News this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Check them out, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. Farm and Ranch Supplies, Western Wear. Feed for all your animals. Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, certified Purina dealer. You can find them 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Also in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. It's already 9:20. We're being the Breakfast Club. We're coming right back.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. By chopper and armored vehicle, a tour of New York as illegitimate Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and wife Celia are delivered for American justice from a Brooklyn lockup to Manhattan federal court.
Maduro, captured in that daring raid ordered by President Trump, is set to face charges that he ran a multi-billion-dollar drug operation with the cartels and others that flooded our country with hundreds of tons of cocaine over 2 decades.
Fox's Eric Shawn, as War Secretary Pete Hegseth and Secretary of State Marco Rubio briefed senators about the pinpoint U.S. military capture of Maduro. Senator John Fetterman tells Fox.
Positive, and I can't just condemn it just because I happen to be a Democrat.
Amid the Minnesota Somali fraud scandal, Democrat Governor Tim Walz announces he will not run for re-election as governor. America is listening to Fox News.
At Franklin Veterinary Clinic, they're a full-service clinic that offers comprehensive care for family pets, equine athletes, and livestock alike. They have multiple veterinarians on staff providing the best possible care for your animals at every stage of their life. And when emergencies arise, they offer 24-hour ambulatory services and after-hour emergency care. The new emergency number is 575-808-7725. Franklin Veterinary Clinic, a tradition and excellence in caring, proudly serving Lincoln, Chavez, and Otero counties.
When you think of A Custom Construction and Roofing, don't just think roofing. Sure, their roofing expertise is top-notch, but they offer so much more. Think of a team that's been locally veteran-owned and operated for over 30 years, specializing in roofing and insurance. Need more? How about being licensed, bonded, and insured with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau? And here's the best part. They offer free estimates. Call Dwayne Pinnick at 575-318-9725. That's 318-9725. And Dwayne and the guys at A Custom Construction and Roofing want you to beware of unlicensed out-of-town contractors. They all come when the hail does, but once they're gone, so is your warranty. Trust the experts who've been here for decades. A Custom Construction and Roofing. Visit them on Facebook at facebook.com/A Custom Construction. A Custom Construction and Roofing, where your peace of mind is built on their reputation.
Did you know a 529 education savings plan covers more than just tuition? Tutoring and educational classes, computers and technology, specialized training, continuing education requirements. With a 529 plan from the Education Plan, your savings can support every stage of education, from kindergarten to college to career-ready skills. Start saving today with the Education Plan so they can carry their dreams wherever tomorrow takes them. Are your holiday hopes dashed? Did gambling drain your extra cash? Don't despair. Instead, call someone who cares. PeopleWorks New Mexico provides counseling and financial coaching free of charge to those facing difficulties due to gambling. They help you get your life back on track. Gambling should be fun, but can be devastating for some. Call PeopleWorks New Mexico at 505-990-4186. That's 505-990-4186. Or email peopleworksnm@gmail.com to give a gift back to yourself.
Dear Winter, the mighty Toyota Tundra will conquer your toughest elements. With exceptional power and available 4x4, Tundra's got an iron grip on almost anything you've got. Snow? Sleet? Chill. Tundra's top flight technology is in command. and ready to kick tough trails in the tail. Find your Tundra at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
Bob's Fritchway has made a New Year's resolution to add more products, more variety, even better service, and more value in 2026. Kicking off the year with sirloin cut pork chops, $1.99 a pound. T-bone steak, $8.99 a pound. Boneless chicken breast, $1.79 a pound. Yoplait yogurt, 2 for $1. Food Club macaroni and cheese, 2 for $1. Wide Awake single coffee pods, 32 count, just $8.48. And these are just a few of the big value savings to kick off 2026 this week at Bob's Fritchway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where your grocery dollar goes farther.
In the Breakfast Club being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com.
You can tell the master I'm done for the day.
9:25, good news of the day on the way. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall. Extensive collection of everything FR. Coveralls, gloves, shirts, coats. They've got all of that, plus hard hats, safety gear. They also have everything that you might need, like furniture and appliances, electronics with zero-down financing. Rig Outfitters, check them out today in the Broadmoor Mall, right next to Scrub Outfitters and more, with all the big medical scrubs, big name brands like Healing Hands, Metcouture, Dickies, Peaches, and others, compression socks, comfy shoes, plus now they have clothing for the little ones. They've got you covered with all the clothing all the way from infant to size 7. Go in there and check them out today. Rig Outfitters and the Home Store, Scrub Outfitters right next door. Check them out today. Joe Rogan says the drug overdose deaths have dropped off a cliff due to the Trump administration striking the drug boats, saying the numbers have come out and that we are seeing the number of overdoses go down. That number was what, like $100,000 people dying each year from drug overdose. I think
it was something close to that.
Yeah. He says the numbers are now down.
Good. Imagine if you take drugs off the street, overdose deaths go down.
Oh. And you know what? It also does. It makes people decide maybe to go into rehab because they can't find the drugs.
Right. They need methadone instead.
Yeah. Looks like Minnesota. Somali fraudster paid for Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces, luxury resorts. Bought a luxury resort in Kenya, of all places. All with your stolen money.
Ooh.
I don't know.
A resort in Kenya. This guy's name?
Luxury resort.
43-year-old Libin Yassin.
Like a safari resort? What is that?
Pled guilty to wiring money, $350,000 of your money to buy the resort in Kenya. Luxury resort in Kenya. That's without the bed bugs, by the way. Deadly superbug is spreading across the United States, and the bad news is it's drug resistant. This is one of those ones that I've read about in a Michael Creighton book. Drug resistant virus, which is not good. And Dan Bongino, his last day on the job was last week. He is gone, going back to the private life. And Tim Keller sworn in for his third term.
We're sorry, Albuquerque.
Yeah, very sorry. Very, very sorry. All right, let's get to the good news of the day this morning, being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. They can take care of all of your insurance. Proud sponsor this morning of the good news of the day.
So a former social studies teacher in Tennessee is now a world record holder. Her name is Glenda Aiken, and she worked at the same school for 61 years and 43 days.
Wow.
That's Westmoreland High School. It's about an hour north of Nashville. She started in 1963 and retired in 2024, but Guinness just certified it as a world record.
Wow.
Think of how many generations of kids she has instructed.
6 for sure.
And speaking of world records, the world's oldest living cat just had a big birthday.
How old?
Flossie the cat lives in England and just turned 30
Dang.
last week. She was born December 29th, 1995. Now, she's the oldest living cat, but the oldest cat on record that lived was a tabby named Cream Puff from Texas, who died in 2005 when she was 38.
Oh, God.
So Flossie's still a spring chicken compared to that. She still has 8 years to go to get that record. But all the way around, a couple good records. And Kevin, that is the good news of the day.
Good news of the day being brought to you by Herschel, Rust, and Hayes. Tradio is out. You can start texting now for Russ Black. He'll be in just a second with, of course, Tradio. We'll see you tomorrow morning, Tuesday edition of BN the Breakfast Club. We'll do our best to keep up with everything going on, and oh my goodness. Maduro supposedly in court today. We'll see how that goes. We'll see about more information that will be linking out. Text now if you want to be on Tradio. News this morning being brought to you by Fens and Artesia. They've got the chicken breast. It's boneless at $1.99 a pound. Also, T-bone steaks, $9.99 a pound. Pork chops are $1.99 a pound. And get the London broil for just $4.99 a pound. Also, in the produce department, get the juicy grapefruits for a 3-pound bag for $2.99. Red cherries are $3.99 a pound. And get the cucumbers, $3 for $1. Produce department, they've got you covered there. In the deli department, start off with the wheat bread for $1.48 a loaf. Plus, you can get the Black Forest ham for $4.98 a pound. Chicken breast, it's roasted for $5.98 a pound. And don't forget, they always have the coldest beer in Artesia at Fens. And Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Big Red get $10.99 for a 20-pack. Check them out today. 9:30, we're out. We'll see you back coming up tomorrow morning, bright and early, 6:06.
C&M Electric, LLC of Loving